Hey, folks. Hey, it's Wednesday. Wednesday. Yes, I'm home. I'm home for tonight. Yeah, headed out of camp early this morning. Got my tail up here. Managed to get some things done today. Been a busy day. Busy day for being kind of my day off, so I can come up here and live stream. The It's great to see that I see Kathy Gahantz came in the house. It's great to see you too, Kathy. Adventures in the Heartland. Hey, John. And Metal Music Maniac. Yep. And Mr. Fulton. Yes. Happy birthday, Mr. Fulton, yesterday. And let's see here. What do we got going on? Looks like my chat is kind of goofed up. There we go. Running Water saying good evening to everybody. He was up here chatting with me for a bit, but he's got connection problems, so he wasn't able to stay on board and be in the chat with me tonight up here on the panel. Jadzia, great to see ya. Great to see ya. Metal music. There he is. There he is. There he was, and there he was gone. That's the way Running Water was. I'm talking away at him, all of a sudden, he's gone. He pops back up, says, "Yeah, I'm having a lot of connectivity problems." Um, kind of like down at camp, we've got one cell tower that services about I don't even know how many mile area. And during the off season, there's probably maybe 400 people, 500 people that are using that tower, other than law enforcement and the Forest Service and fire departments, municipal stuff. And during the summer, it's the other way around. 3,000 to 5,000 people on that dang tower all trying to use it at one time. It bottlenecks in the summer. In the winter, you can get 4 to 5 bar service at the campground I'm at all winter long. Guaranteed. Never less than 4 bars. This time of year, 2 to 4 bars, and usually about 3. And it's because it bottlenecks so much on that tower. There's so much use. It's that time of year everybody wants to be out in the boonies. I'm probably going to talk about that tonight too. Is that what to expect when you go camp? One of the things you should expect that some people just don't get it. We'll get into that later. Hey, Coyote's Den. Hey, Sty, it's Coyote from Old Ridge Top Survival Channel. How have you been? I've been great. How about yourself, Coyote? Hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, last week was an interesting week for me out at camp. It was pretty interesting. And we're going to talk a bit about this. So, hey, there's Joe W. Life Adventures. Sty. Good to see you, Joe. Good to see you. Awesome. I'm having an issue for some reason. We'll see if it's working now. There it is. It's working. My YouTube chat froze up, so I was seeing things kind of delayed. Oh, sweetie. Oh, crazy Ann, sweetie. Oh, God, I wish we were close. I'd give you a big ass hug, girl. I'd give you a great big old wet one right on the face. I miss you, girl. Miss you. Yeah, can you tell I've been out in the woods too long? Sty's missing his YouTube sweethearts, Fall's coming. Fall's coming. We'll all be on here again. I could need a hug. Yeah, I'd love to give you one too, girl. Yeah. Coyote says, I've been doing great. I'm very hectic and busy year since I've been gone. Had a falling out with the partner of the old channel, and I've been working on myself and getting my own channel lined out. Lined out. Hey, cool, man. I know new starts. They're a bummer. It's tough. It's a lot of work. A lot of work, but it's worth it, pal. It's worth it. I tell you what, it's worth it. Um, the but yeah, I met a lot of new people this last week out there at camp, and all of them such nice people, very nice people, and every one of them swore up and down they're coming back next year. They said, if you're going to host, we'll be back. We'll be back. I made a few decisions this last week too. I decided I am not going to get a conventional RV trailer. I'm going to make some modifications to the adventure trailer. That's it. And that's it. I've found that I've kind of gotten used to the adventure trailer, by golly, and with a few modifications in the trailer, it'll be that much more comfortable. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to modify the trailer a little bit, make it a little more comfortable. And I'm setting up my campsite a little different next year. Get my information tent out closer to the road. Trailer is going to be moved kind of more into the edge of the woods. And yeah, I got it kind of figured out. Yeah. Pete's Portage. Hey, Sty, can't stay but wanted to pop in and say hello. I am so thankful that you did. That's great of you, Pete. Hey, you have a very good night, Pete. Thanks for being here. Thanks. Thanks much. Yeah. The Annie Oakley found me. I can't hide. the Yeah, I I don't know. I don't know. This whole camp hosting thing, I wish I would have started this 4 years ago when I first retired. Well, no, actually 2 years ago is now that I retired. So turn the clock back 2 years. I would have had 2 years of hosting in already, and this would be my third. Um, yeah, I like it. I like it. The 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 thing is it the hosting is great. I mean, it's great. Being in the outdoors every day of the week is awesome. It's great. I love it. You know, I love it. But I miss YouTube so doggone much when I'm out there at camp. And there's times, the weather's bad. There's really nothing you can do. Or you just have one of those days where you just don't feel like going anywhere or doing nothing. If I had YouTube, if I could get on YouTube, yeah, then I'd be happy out there. Then I'd be real happy out there. In fact, I would probably only come to Ashland once a month rather than every week, you know. Yeah. Well, hey, I thank you. I want to thank everybody that watched last week's videos. I had one for every day last week. And I want to thank you for all the nice comments. It was great. Um, yeah, Kathy, I say the same to her too. We all love Crazy Ann. Yeah, all the important people love Crazy Ann. Damn right. Hey, Ingalls family, hello. Yep. Yeah, last week's videos were kind of all over the place. I did that one with the little hike into a new bridge they built on the North Country Trail. That was fun little hike. It was just short little hike too. I mean, I was only in the woods for maybe an hour. Um, boy, it was nice. It was a nice hike, and it got hotter than the devil and humid by the time I came out of the woods. But it's all shaded. It was just great hiking in there, and they built a really awesome bridge over a real tiny creek. It was kind of funny that they built such a huge bridge. But um, this coming week, what can you expect on the channel? Hey, I've got two product reviews that are going up, and another hiking video. So there'll be a video on Friday, there'll be one on Sunday, and there'll be one on Tuesday. Only three this week. Each one of them are between 20 minutes and a half hour long. They're kind of long. I hope you'll watch them, and I hope you watch them all the way through, because all three of them, I watched them and I realized, yeah, all three of them are worth watching to the end. Product reviews are really good. The two products I reviewed. I like doing the reviews. The one product didn't turn out so well. That's the first one you'll see on Friday, that video. Watch that one and make sure to watch it to the end. And you'll be surprised at how that product performed. The second product that you'll see on Sunday, that's another one. That one surprised me. That product truly did surprise me. And the hike that I put the video up on for next Tuesday, now that one, I took the Black Lake Trail around Black Lake, and that was an awesome hike. It took 3.5 hours, just a few minutes over 3.5 hours. And it's typically a 2.5 hour hike, but I went around that whole trail, and it's an interpretive trail where it's got signposts with numbers on them, and at each you carry a pamphlet with you, and it gives you a description of what occurred in that area right by that post years ago. It's really nice, a nice trail. Well, those posts, people were missing them because they've grown in so much with brush and stuff. So what I did is I'd locate the posts, and I'd carried a pruner around my neck, and I pruned up all the brush and opened things up. So now people can find those posts and enjoy the trail that much more. And that trail has a new bridge on it. You watch that video all the way out to that bridge. And then there's another new bridge that they put in there I forgot about. And that's towards the end of the video also. It's a great hike. I hope you'll all enjoy it. Hey, Aquatic Nest, great to see you. And Jadzy is asking, how's the boat doing? Yeah, Aquatic Nest, I did get a new boat. I got a new old boat, leaky boat. It's a leaky boat. It is. When I take it out, I have to bail water about every hour. But it's not much water, but to keep the floor basically dry, I got to bail it out about every hour. I don't care. I got the motor finally running good. There's issues with that motor, but not as far as running. It's mechanic, raising the motor up, the mechanism that controls how you raise it and lower it gets all hung up, and it's a pain in the neck. But otherwise, once I'm out in deep water, don't matter. Boat motor's in the down position, and I'm out cruising. Yeah. I haven't gotten to do any fishing to speak of out of that boat yet. I'm hoping that the weather will be good enough next week that I'll be out there doing just that. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. New to me. Yeah, brand new to me. Yeah. When you didn't have a fishing boat like that at all. Any old fishing boat is a new boat. Yeah, yeah. And by next spring, I'll have my own outboard for it. I'll have a trailer for it. I'm actually looking at a trailer probably next week. Um, hoping it's what I need. Um, developer, the home of football watch-alongs. Sty Story Wednesday? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah. Well, current stories. Yeah. What happened last week kind of stories. Yeah. Good line wet, fish on this one. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's right. Yeah. I see if I get a trailer for my boat and I can transport that bugger around, we've got neighboring lakes to us that are just awesome to fish. But that's one thing I'm doing this week. Hopefully before the weekend hits, probably either tomorrow or Friday, cleaning out the whole box of my truck, getting everything out of it, getting it all set up. So I can run around with the tonneau cover open and slide my kayak in there and take off, because there's a couple of lakes I want to get on with the kayak and do some fishing. Can't take the motorboat because I don't have the trailer, of course, but I definitely want to do some kayak fishing on those lakes. A fella put me onto a lake and the actual spots to fish, and he's caught some monster bass out of there, and he showed me video of him catching those bass. He didn't just say it, he proved it. He showed me, he had his wife videoing him while he's fishing, and he was nailing 3 to 6 pound bass just consistently. And he says there's hardly ever anybody on that lake, hardly ever see anybody. And he said, so don't let people know which lake and what spots. He said, we'll try to keep that our own little secret. And yeah, yeah. And fishing from the kayak, I like fishing from the kayak personally. Yeah. All new kayaks for the whole family. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I want to get a little, just a little recreational kayak, a sit-in with a large cockpit. I need a large cockpit for getting in and out anymore. This old boy just don't move like he used to. And get myself a nice little somewhat streamlined kayak for speed, just for touring around, and as long as it's got some lashings on it so I can carry a fishing rod and a little bit of gear. I've got a couple of small rivers. They're small, they're little, they're more, to me, they're like big cricks, a big creek, where they've got some awesome trout and even muskie fishing in the one. They're catching some pretty awesome muskie out of there. And I'd love to be able to put a smaller kayak, something that cuts through the water a little better than a sit-on. So, because I'll be working in current. Yeah. Oh, aquatic, you got to sit on top? Yeah. That's what mine is a sit-on. Yeah, sit-on fishing kayak. It's got 3 rod holders. Yeah. Forward and back compartments. Yeah. Oh, there's videos of that kayak back in my playlist. Yeah, adventures, you finally hit 1K. Yes, 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 yes. And if anybody doesn't have adventures in the Heartland, get over there. Give them some buffer, man. Add to their subs. Build their channel for them. They do awesome, beautiful video work. It's beautiful. They're a wonderful couple. Yeah, you'll adore them once you get to know them. You betcha. The the and I saw that, yeah, the that they took some away from you. Yeah, be used to that. Be used to that. I remember when first hit 1,000. I hit 1,000 about 6 or 8 times over about a month and a half. It'd be 1,000, then it'd be 994, then it'd be 1,005, then it'd be 198, then it'd be 1,015, then it would be 192 or 992, and then it would jump back up over 1,000. It did that for about a month and a half. And I thought, YouTube, you're just doing that just to pee me off, you know? Yeah. Hey, folks, if you think about it, it's not that hard. Hit that share and share this out. Get some folks over here to chat with us. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to hang out for probably close to 3 hours at least again. I only get to do this once a week, so I want to take as much advantage of it as possible. Yeah, yeah, adventures. That's right. That's right, John. It's when they nail you with the double digit amounts. It's just like, what? Wait. Now my subs have gone up. My subs have gone up. The my memberships have gone down. I, I I don't blame people. I don't blame people because really lately all I've really got going on is um, the the content each week and one live stream. Memberships seem to fit better when you're streaming on a regular basis, and you're able to shout out those members. You know, yeah, my membership count. Um, I think since I started the hosting, I think I've lost 10 of my members. So, um, and I don't feel bad about it. You know, the I just I understand. I totally understand. Some of them were just for financial reasons. I mean, some people just couldn't um, swing it. You know, and that's good. That's good. If you can't swing it, don't do it. Don't spend money you don't have. Meet all your needs first, then decide which wants are the most important. You know, the I'm hoping that Canoe Hound Adventures pops in tonight. I want to talk to him. I got something I want to show him. The one thing is, I'm not wearing his hat tonight. His Canoe Hound hat. I'm not wearing that tonight. I wore that on my Black Lake Trail hike. That hat felt like it weighed 5 pounds. It was just solid sweat. It got so bloody hot that afternoon. And I shed that hat about halfway through the hike, put a do-rag on, another do-rag like this one. And I even put that in the video. I turned the camera and said, well, I don't have the camera on the brim of my hat. See, I love that Canoe Hound hat because I can clip my GoPro right to the bill of that hat, and it works. It's just perfect. But I couldn't wear that hat no more. So I figured I'm going to give it a couple of days and just wear do-rags. Be comfortable. Having a few nice local fair videos coming up in the next 10 days. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, local fairs. I had last week, I had a big group from a local college that we gave them 2 campsites at Beaver Lake Campground, at my second campground. In exchange, they were going to work on the Morgan Falls and St. Peter's Dome Trail. They were supposed to help set in place natural stone steps on this real steep inclines going up to the St. Peter's Dome. I don't know what all they did out there. I got to go out one day and hike it just to find out what they did, because we had them for a full week, 5 days, and they worked these kids' tails off. We thought they were college kids, right? And they were from the ages 18 to 24. Healthy young kids put on the work, right? They show up and they're all junior high kids from high school. Junior high. They're like 8th and 9th grade kids. What in the world? Here it's a summer youth program that the college puts on. And they donated those kids' labor to the Forest Service. That was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Jadzia! Oh, sweetheart, that is so kind of you. She is now a hiker. She's a hiker. Thank you, girl. That is so cool. That is so cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody welcome my new member, Jadzia Dax. Yes. That's great. But yeah, I was surprised they put those young kids on that project. Look there, Jadzia is coming up in green now, and she's got the emoji next to her, being a member, and you can use the custom emojis now there, Jadzia. Yeah. There's a small assortment of custom emojis. Yeah, I've got a few favorites in that group of custom emojis. These 2 gals are great. This guy is crazy. Love the guy, but he's crazy. He's nuts. And I just love the tent, campfire, and my waving bear. Just love them. They're great. Yeah. Hey, Tuna! Great to see you, Tuna. Yeah, I had something. I had a heck of a surprise when I got here today. I didn't get here till about 10. Oh, hey, there's Dojo's allotment. Dojo, it's been so long, brother. It's great. It's so good to see you, buddy. Oh, yeah. Dojo. Doing a chanterelle mushroom cooking video. There you go. That'll go over well. Hey, Dojo. Oh gosh, Dojo and I have a lot of live stream time together. My first year of doing live streams, Dojo and I, man, we'd hang out on the streams for hours and hours at night. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, the surprise I got when I got here. I got up real early this morning. I had a bunch of things to do around camp before I could even leave to get up here to Ashland. And usually I'm up here in Ashland by 8:30 in the morning. I didn't get here until about 10:15 this morning. I was running late. And I had a message from my doctor. They wanted me to stop in for something. I can't remember what it was. I had to sign some paperwork or something. But I stopped in there. And their scale, when they weigh it, is just right around the corner from the waiting room, and I snuck around the corner and they caught me. I was getting on that scale. They said, hey, you got a doctor's appointment? I said, no, but I want to know what I weigh. I said, well, okay. So one of the nurses there helped me with that scale, got me on the scale. And she knows me. She knows me quite well. She goes, oh my God, Sty. And I go, yeah, that's bad news, ain't it? She goes, actually, it's probably good news, but she said, why would you think that's bad news? And I said, it's because nothing fits. I mean, nothing fits me anymore. I'm down to 180 pounds. I went from 225 pounds May 1st. When I got out to camp, I was 225 pounds. I'm 180 right now. I lost 45 pounds since May 1st. Yes, sir. And that's a lot of weight. It's gone. It's gone. And I noticed it. My hike day before yesterday around Black Lake. Yeah, it was only 4.5 miles. But yeah, I noticed it was a lot easier. A lot easier. Yeah, you don't, I guess you don't realize it till it's gone, kind of thing. And I didn't realize I had lost that much weight. But I did. And yeah, now if I put on size 34 pants, they're loose on me. I could put 32s on and they're just slightly snug, but 34s, yeah, I got to tighten my belt up with 34s. In fact, I have to put another notch in my belt. I should grab that damn thing and show you how much I've had to shorten that belt up. You'll go, what the hell? Because I'm not kidding. If I take my 38 size pants that I was wearing when I headed to camp on May 1st and put those on, I pull those out and it's 6 inches from my waist to the waistband of those pants. Yeah. What a difference. What a difference. I was shocked. I was shocked. So was the nurse. She was shocked. And she asked me, did you lose that really, really fast? I said, I lost it in a little over 2.5 months. That's pretty fast for 45 pounds. And she said, don't take off anywhere. I'll be right back. I want to talk to you again. She went in the back. She comes back out and she's got my doctor with her. And my doctor says, I heard about your late weight loss. I said, hey, last time I saw you, I was still going to camp. I was out at camp already. And I had lost 10 pounds in the first 3 weeks. And you said that was good. That was good. And it's all justified. It's not that there's something wrong with me. It's because I am active. I am active. I would say even on the worst day, when it's rainy, nasty, it's just the worst day, I would say that I walk a minimum of 2 miles every day. Most days I'm walking anywhere from 4 to 8 miles. Yeah. I got another hike planned going to the Swedish settlement. It's called the Swedish settlement. It was an old settlement that was set up by just a few Swedish families, immigrants, back in the 1800s. And all that's left there's a root cellar that's pretty well intact, but otherwise it's just the foundations of all the farm buildings and the like. But it's right dab in the middle of nowhere. And you got to hike the closest routes to it, both directions. There's only 2 trails into it. each trail is a little over 2 miles long one way. So if you hike into the settlement and hang out there, check things out, and hike back out, 4.5 miles. It's like walking around Black Lake. So for me, that'll be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours because I dilly daddle. I stop places, explore, but I'm going to do that hike. But I want to do it from both directions because from one direction, there's a really neat overlook and certain things you can see that is pretty cool. From the opposite direction, there's two overlooks you get to get. So these are good hikes. I mean, part of it is fairly level and easy hiking. Other parts of it, it's like climbing St. Peter's Dome for crying out loud. Yeah, you're climbing up some pretty steep, rocky areas. So can't wait to do that. John saying when we started, we could hike about 2 miles, and now we can hike 4 to 7 miles without much of a problem, even up hills and stairs. It makes a difference if you continue to do it. That's right. That's right. And that's it is consistency, and then your body acclimates to that activity. It really does. You do dawdle as much as me and Jan. Yeah, yeah. We kind of dawdled around, didn't we, when you were up visiting, when we went on our hikes? But that's what I'm not a point A to point B hiker. I just don't get into that kind of hiking. I love being able to just try to take in everything that's along that trail. And I found if I'm doing a in and turn around and come back out the same trail, I see stuff coming back the other way that I didn't notice going in. And other people, I'll say, "Oh, did you see that one odd birch tree that was?" Yeah, and describe it, and they go, "Where are you talking about?" Well, right on that trail. And they go, "I've hiked that trail 5, 6 times. I've never seen no tree like that." And then they go out and hike it again. They come back and they tell me, "We seen that tree you were talking about. Finally saw it. Never realized it was there." How could you not? The thing's huge and it's right there. Well, because they're just looking down a trail, just heading to point B. Um, yeah. John and Jan, they like to stop and take it in, and they look at all the different plant life and pay attention to what's going on around them, the different insects, birds, songs, everything. Yeah, that's what I like. That's why I like hiking with John and Jan. I have found that this old boy has I've always had a bad hip for years. I mean, I was in my 30s when it's really started acting up, and it's always given me trouble. And I found with my hike day before yesterday, that hip didn't give me any trouble at all until yesterday, the day after. Then it was stiff and felt kind of weak and hurt once in a while. And it was like, oh yeah, that because that Black Lake Trail is up and down, up and down, up and down. The most of the elevations you're going up are anywhere from 50 to 100 feet, and then they drop 50 to 100 feet. Then they're back up 50 to 100 feet, and then back down. So you're going up and down, and that's the way it is all the way around. I would say 3/4 of that lake. And then the other fourth of it is all the campground, and that's pretty level hiking all the way through the campground. But yeah, all of the woods hiking out there is all up and down, up and down. Oh boy, right now the raspberries are on. They are just prolific right now. When I was hiking day before yesterday, I saw this raspberry patch along the trail. It was back in the woods a ways. You could see it. There's a little clear area where They had logged it ages ago, and it's open in there. There's this patch of raspberries, and I know I could have gotten 3, 4 pints of raspberries out of that one little patch if I had brought some containers with, and if I would have had the time. But from the trail in about maybe 50 feet is where that patch was. All you saw were the red dots everywhere. It was the bushes were packed with raspberries. It was just packed with them. And I've got a boat landing at Beaver Lake Campground that's remote. Even my campers up there don't realize we have a boat landing, but you got to leave the campground, go down the road about a half mile, then you turn and you go down to the boat landing. Well, that boat landing's got a turnaround in it. You drive down and go around a loop, come back, and there's a parking area. Well, the center of that loop is all raspberries. All raspberries in there. So I've gotten in the habit all last week, every day that I go up to Black Lake, which is every day, I stop at the boat landing for a snack. I park in the parking area, I walk down to the loop, and I walk around and I eat 3 or 4 big handfuls of fresh wild raspberries. Oh my goodness, are they good? Oh, I'm not going to make jam at camp. No, no. I have decided that I'm really, for the most part, just not. I'm just not able to get into doing camp cooking videos right now this year. Oh, look at here. I get some company. I'm not all alone. I'm not all alone. There she is. Hi,
Hey.
sweetie. Oh,
Sorry, I'm late.
no, that's all right. Oh, you're not late.
Took Colin on a little adventure.
We're not even a third of the way through the stream tonight.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Good
it is
stuff.
so good to see you.
Yeah. Always good seeing you too. We miss you during the week around here.
As, as I was saying real early in the stream that, well, fall is coming, and I'll probably be. We're thinking that I'll probably be breaking down camp September 20th that week, and then I try to get everything put together so that I can start my regular stream schedules again. In first of October.
That'll be great.
I think the first time that I go back on my regular schedule will be in around the campfire on September 30th, and then we'll be back to doing streams all the time. And the yeah, good group tonight coming in and chatting. Um, yeah, John with Adventures of Heartland tell me I should make wild berry jam out there at camp. I was telling him I'm just this year for some reason I just can't get into doing camp cooking videos. I don't cook a lot over the campfire anymore. The I yeah, I developed kind of like a eating disorder, so if I got to put an awful lot of effort into preparing my meals, half of the food gets thrown away because I don't eat a lot at one sitting. I eat a little bit, a lot during the day, and then so to make myself a big meal of any kind or to do a special cooking project is kind of tough. Hey, Mike.
Good to see you. E-ways.
Hey there, sexy Ann Sam. That's what a jerk. That yeah.
He's funny.
He thinks I'm sexy. He's too sexy for his beard. Yeah. Damn right. Did you hear me telling him there, Sam? I lost 45 pounds since May 1st.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm down to 180.
Nice.
Yeah. I
All
didn't
that getting up
realize
and
that
going around, maybe.
that's it is I am just so active now.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
good.
it's because I changed my diet too and I eat a lot small amount a lot of times throughout the day instead of large amounts just before I go to bed. That's what I did all winter, Had
Yeah.
my dinner at midnight, 1 o'clock,
Hmm.
and then go right to bed, sleep on it.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah. So, and Mike says, "Oops, it's the meds." He's trying to blame the meds for things he says. That no, 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 we're not buying it.
Goofball.
The Schwann's guy said, "Hello, Sty." Oh God, I tell you what, if a Schwann's truck came through my campground, yeah, there'd be a truck hijacking. I would. I'm not beyond that now. Yeah, I'd go get my handgun. I'd go stop him. I'd steal his ice cream, eat all I could before all the evidence I could before the cops got there.
A honey bun, you goofball. Sam has a honey bun on there. Hey, good to see you
Oh,
one.
yep. Oh, yeah. I was thinking, well, it's pretty early yet. It's pretty early yet. Spicy might show up yet. So
I just saw him in chat a second ago. I don't know what he's up to, but yeah.
yeah, that honey bun needs some icing. He says he needs a good slap in the chops. Is what he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
Almost made me spit out my beer. Well,
Yep.
it's not beer, it's cider, but oh well. Ale. I don't know.
An ale.
It's a Angry Orchard hard
Oh,
cider, so it's not really beer, but yeah,
yeah.
that's funny. He's clever.
Oh boy. Got my second COVID shot today. Oh, hey Kathy. Yeah. Yeah, mine's all was all done and forgotten about May. But caught her with her mouth full, Sty. What?
He's so bad. He's
It's,
just
he gives metal music a run for his money on his
yeah,
comment. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, Mike's you can at least understand 100% of the time.
Right. Harry, you gotta really
You got to
sometimes
think.
yeah. And
You're like, what?
I figure, it's reader's privilege to, interpret what Harry says any way you want, you know, because some of
Yeah.
it just cannot be interpreted. Yeah. Okay, I made Sam blush. I'm out. What the
Where are you
hell?
going? Where are you running off to?
Oh, he knows where he's going. Yeah, there's a nice hot room for him down there.
Hey, running water. I put Fireball in Angry Orchard. Ooh, that does sound good.
Oh, that might be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I got to have a couple of fireballs last week at another camper site. Yeah. He had the little bottles we were drinking for Christmas. He had a couple of those 15 bottle boxes. And I was just walking through doing my rounds and they yelled at me to come in the camp. I come in there and sat around their campfire for a while. And they started passing out fireballs. So I had a couple around the campfire with them. Yeah.
Nice.
I can't believe it since both my campgrounds have been so excellent as far as no troublemakers, and it's nice and quiet after dark. But after the 4th of July. All right. So it's the 21st. The last 2 weeks, it has been so quiet around camp. I've had midweek, nobody there but me, maybe one other camper. Got the whole campground to myself for almost a whole week,
Hi,
3 to
Sty.
5 days. Hey, hi, kiddo. Yeah,
I missed you.
I missed you, he says.
I
I
miss you
haven't seen you
too.
for a long time.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
it's
you for
been a
long
long time. Yep,
as he
yeah,
takes the dog.
yep. Heading out of the room with Chase. There he goes.
Yep.
Yep. Um, but yeah, it's been so quiet around camp that in the evenings, man, I, I'll light a fire and I'm sitting out there thinking, there ain't nobody. No, there's nobody here. Just me and the birds and the bears. Yeah, there ain't nobody. And I thought for sure we'd be so busy through the month of July. And we've had some of the best July weather I can remember. We've had, in the last 2 weeks, we've had at least 5 days where it was real calm, just a light, tiny breeze. And the temps were low enough that it was so comfortable. Nobody in camp. And it's like, oh, you poor dumb people. So now, tomorrow, on a Thursday, every single one of my campsites have been reserved. It's going to be packed for the weekend. And guess what? It's supposed to thunderstorm and rain all weekend. Now they're going to show up. Poor dumb people. I mean, jeez. Hey, Killer Creations 2020.
Howdy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of wondering how August will be, if I'll have a lot of campers or none at all. Um, John wants to get back up to camp again. the Yeah, you come up this time, John. Maybe do a little fishing. Maybe hike one of the North Country Trail segments. I want Travis Augustine from Black Lake. Him and I were talking about it. Both of us want to. Both of us have hiked into what they call the Swedish settlement, and that's, like I said, it's a little over 2 miles in, and then you turn around and come back out. So you got about 4.5 mile hike, and it doesn't matter where you put in. There's 2 spots you can use as trailheads to get there, and they're both the same distance. But I've always wanted to just hike the whole segment, the 4.5 miles straight through. But you can't drive 2 vehicles, so you can't have a vehicle at the other end. Well, that would mean I'd have to hike 9 damn miles. I'd have to hike to that end, turn around, hike all the way back through it again. Well, Travis said that's why he hasn't done that. And I said, well, it sounds kind of stupid that we're talking about it now. We both have vehicles, for crying out loud. Let's go up there. We'll put one at each end of that trail, and we'll go to the one end and hike out to the other truck. Then we can hike the 4.5 miles straight through, and we've got to ride back to the trailhead instead of having to hike 4.5 miles just to get back to the truck. Um, but yeah, Jan's out camping in Michigan with family this week. Oh, wow. Wow, you're batching it, eh? Wow. Behave yourself there, John. Yep. Yep. Make sure to do all the dishes and have the place clean as a whistle before she walks in the door when she gets home. No, leave no trace. That's what I used to piss my ex-wife off when she'd come home. She'd look around right away, see if I was up to no good while she was out of town. And I told her, I said, you know me, I'm a hiker. Leave no trace. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what It's been on my trail the last 4 or 5 days because I left no trace. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, John, boring without her. Yeah. She keeps John entertained, I have to say. Keeps him active and involved all the time. Yeah. Lucky to have that kind of relationship there, John and Jan's. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Boy, I had fun. I had fun this last week with people with Smokey the Bear swag. Um, those buffs, I've been giving those out to all the young girls. They come out to camp with their parents, and their brothers are having fits. We don't get one of them. No, I don't have that many left, so the girls get them. Hell with you boys here. I give them a whistle or some damn thing. And
Oh,
I had a gal she's 24 years old, and her boyfriend staying out my walk-in site. It's a remote site all by itself. And I could hear her talking to her boyfriend over in that site. It's only really about 300 feet away from my site, but you can't see that. It's just thick timber between the sites. And I could hear their voices coming down the trail. I thought, oh, they're coming into the campground. And here she comes, not him. And she comes walking right into my site. And she goes, I ran into 2 young girls up at the dumpster. She said, I took our garbage out to the dumpster. And she said, they had these really neat Smokey the Bear buffs. She said, they told me that if I really wanted one, I'd have to come and ask you. I started laughing. She's 24, I thought she's young enough, what the hell. I'll spare one for someone that's a little older. I'm trying to give them to the younger teenage girls, So I give her one. I was going to beat her boyfriend up. It wasn't a couple hours later, he comes walking past my campsite. He's out searching for some firewood. And what's he wearing? That buff as a do-rag. I yelled at him, hey, no, you don't. No, you don't. I thought it was okay to gather firewood out of the woods around here. And I said, oh, you can gather all the fire you want. You ain't wearing that buff. I gave that to your girlfriend. That ain't yours. And she yelled all the way through the woods, I told you he'd be pissed off if he caught you wearing my buff. I loved it. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do it to piss you off or nothing, but that's pretty cool, that Smokey the Bear buff. So I give him one, and yeah, they're happy. Yeah. Little hug machine.
comes up with this shit-eating grin, arms wide open. Doesn't have to say a word. He's so funny. He just wants a hug.
Yeah.
Silly kid.
Yeah, poor John can't find anything he's looking for. He doesn't have Jan. When they're at camp.
When these guys lose something around the house, I'm always the one to find it. It takes me 5 seconds where they'll look for it forever and they can't find it. Nope.
Yep. Oh, it's right over here.
Well, they don't look farther than their nose is what it is. I got to move stuff around and it's right there. But it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, if you would have just moved that one thing, it's right there. But oh no, you just look through the room, look over everything. Mm-hmm. It ain't here. I don't know where it is.
Yep.
Yeah, you're looking so hard.
True.
I thought I was being guilty of just that thing where I was looking so hard I just wasn't going to find what I was looking for. and it was a pair of very expensive dress shoes, right? And I had a business meeting in Washington, D.C., and I was flying out, and I had to be on the road within an hour, and I couldn't find those shoes. I wanted those in my suitcase. I'm not wearing these beat up old office shoes. I got to have those fine shoes to go. If you're going to wear an $1,800 suit, you want to wear $400 shoes. Not my Walmart specials I wear to the office. I couldn't find them damn shoes. I was tearing that house apart. And my ex-wife's yelling at me. She goes, every place you look for those shoes means I've got an hour of cleanup when you leave for the airport. I said, well, if I found the shoes, you wouldn't have so much to clean up. And I started yelling at everybody, her, the kids. What did you people do with my shoes? And she was right. She was 100% right. She said, what in the hell would we want with your damn shoes? Yeah, why would they take my shoes? Hey, Monica, good to see ya.
Monica, hi.
Hope
you got
happy
your
hump
drawing.
day.
Yep.
But I couldn't find them. Search, couldn't find them. Cussing like a sailor heading out the door. Got to wear these beat up old. And I decided, man, those shoes cost almost $400. I'm going to be spending half of that again to get the same quality shoe in DC, because I'm going to have to get a pair because I'm not wearing these to that meeting. Well, I got in the car and just backed out of the driveway, just started down the street, and here comes the wife running out of the house with a shoe in each hand, swinging them back and forth. Here's your blankety blank shoes, you frickin' moron. I slammed on the brakes, and she ran up. I put the passenger window down. She just threw them in the front seat. She says, there's your damn shoes. And I said, well, where were they? She said, where do you think they would have been? And I go, they should have been right in the closet, right with my other shoes and boots and the like. And she said, no, they were in the other suitcase you used to travel to DC with. You switched suitcases. They were still in the suitcase you used the last trip to DC. Oh, well. That was a smart place to put them, was in the suitcase ready to go. Just like I just grabbed the wrong suitcase and they weren't in it. So somebody must have taken my shoes. I couldn't find them. She found them, just walked in the bedroom, grabbed that other suitcase, opened it, said, there's his damn shoes. Yep. So how's Monica? Good, I hope. Oh, so anything big happening in YouTube land lately? Doesn't sound like it, does it? I mean, it seems like it's been pretty quiet around YouTube. I didn't get to catch up much today. I've got a few channels, some of the folks here. I got to go check out what kind of video work you've done in the last week since I was gone. Get caught up. Newfound Drone Productions. Hello. Good to see ya. Been weirdly quiet this week. Yeah, it seems like it's been that way everywhere. I mean, even the campgrounds are like that. Just weirdly quiet. Just, yeah. That's why I say, thanks, Drone Productions, thanks. yeah, I don't know. It's if I had dependable internet to use out at camp, I'd be streaming quite often out there from there. Yeah. Monica says, I'm okay, Sty, busy with work as usual. Big 9/11 service event being planned. I'll exhale after that. Hope you have been well. I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good. I cannot really complain at all. I can't complain. And wow, big 9/11 service event. That's cool. But I bet you once everything's in order and all planned out, done, you can take a big breath and relax a little bit till the next project. Yeah. I know I talked about it last week, but the 4th of July was hilarious. My supervisor, Forest Service recreation supervisor, he supervises the whole Great Divide district of the Schwamigan Forest. That poor bugger, he played Smokey the Bear. He had to ride around. It got up to 90 degrees that day, and he had to run around to all the campgrounds dressed up as Smokey the Bear. And everybody I talked to said he made the best Smokey the Bear in the world. Yeah, he was funny as can be. Yeah, I wish I could have seen him in the suit. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, he's a good guy though. He's a good guy. And then one of his right hand men loaned me the outboard I put on my new boat, and that was amazing. That was amazing. He just showed up and said, "Hey, I got an outboard for you." You know, that was so cool. Kathy, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, girl. That's awesome. Thank you. The yeah, I I'll tell you, I'll tell you though. I met so many people over this last 2 weeks that when they found out that I have a YouTube channel and they found out I talk about a lot of you folks, you know, and about how I've interacted with you folks for so long, how some of you came out to camp, and these people are they're amazed, they're just shocked, and every one of them, I give them Sty North sticker, they write down all the information they can, and some of them stand right there in my campsite, and they'll pull YouTube up and they'll subscribe right there in the campsite. They'll go, gotcha, see, gotcha. We're gonna go home and check out your videos and the like. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool meeting these folks and trying to remember them all. One thing I'm having an issue with is I've got this information center. It's a tent, and it's got all the forest information of the Schwamigan Forest, of the area that I work in, and chairs. They can come sit and read everything. Kathy, you didn't even need to do that, girl. You being here is awesome. Every time I see your name, I just go, yes. Oh, Kathy's here. Love it. But I'll tell you, these folks, they come and they hang out at that information center, and we get to chatting, and the next thing I know, they're coming to the campsite just to chat, just to hang out and chat, and find out that all of them do watch YouTube. And if they come over to my channel, they can see you folks out there in the chat. They know where to read. And I keep telling them, you come to one of my live streams, you watch that chat, all the great folks in that chat, you want to go check those channels out. They're all awesome people, all awesome. awesome people. The so yeah, I hope that works good. But the logbook, I was going there, John. Yeah, that's right. The logbook. I've got entries in it, but not many. Not many. People keep promising to write in it before they leave, but no. The day of departure, they get so busy packing up and ready to go that once they get in their rigs, they leave. They don't stop and put an entry in the logbook. So I'm trying. I decided the other day I'm going to try to encourage folks, put an entry in the logbook that you, even though you just got here, put an entry that you just got here, and what do you think of the campground as you saw it showing up, so I can get some of their entries, some comments and the like. Um, Call me old faithful, Kathy. That's you can depend on Kathy. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I've got a camp log in that tent, and it's sitting right there. You can't miss it. It's right on the table, in the middle of the table. You can't miss it. John and Jan, they left a really nice comment in it about their stay out at camp, and yeah, see, they almost forgot to do it too. When on their day of leaving, they intentionally came to my campsite when they're heading out of camp to leave an entry in the logbook. We said John and Jan, that's the way it is. Whenever they've come up to camp with me, we say goodbye about 5 times. That's my YouTube friends show up. Yeah. I'll say goodbye and then I'll bring something up to keep them around a little longer, a little longer. I'm terrible about that. And then they message me when they get home, say, yeah, we got home almost 2 hours late because we stood around talking too long. Oops. And, yeah, I suppose I should let them go home. It was like Nick Green. I mean, little bit video I did with Nick breaking camp and us saying goodbye and stuff. That's tiny bit of our goodbye. And by the time he hit the road and he got over to Michigan, he stopped and saw Phil. Everything's spicy, and God, I can't remember what time they said they got home. 2 o'clock in the morning or something, or maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. It was late. Yeah, it's because we just can't say goodbye. Hey, Chuck, plain old Chuck. I'll drive up and leave an entry. I can't stay though. Chuck. Oh, I'd love to go out in the fishing boat for a day with you, Chuck. You and I, we could talk each other's ears off all day, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I sure hope that I do find this opportunity to maybe make a small road trip and at least hit the folks in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, Indiana. Just real quick stops and visits. Try to fit one in somewhere. Forest Service is being so good about things this year that they made it clear to me that if I ever want to get away for a week or even 2, that they'd cover all my duties for me while I was gone. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, sitting around and chatting is one thing you excel at, eh, Chuck? Why do you think I've got that around the Campfire series all winter? Because I'm good at just sitting around BSing. Yep. Yeah, I was sure hoping that Dennis would show up. Canoe Hound.
Phil says he'll be here shortly.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Hey, Tim, it's great to see you. Like the new boat? Leaks like a sieve. I'll fix that though before next season. Yeah, I found out where it's leaking from. And the you're welcome, Mr. Bolton. Hey, Eric Creel. I want to find Sasquatch. Yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple of people with big feet, but haven't seen him yet. Yeah. The man, I had to discipline myself. Oh my God, I was worse than a damn kid. The We've got a meat market in Iron River, Wisconsin, which is a half hour from where I live. But they're about an hour and a half from the campground. And they make these sausages that are to die for. And you can buy them as individual sticks. They're wrapped in plastic, of course, kind of like a Slim Jim, but they're big around. They're pretty big around. And they've got the original recipe, and they've got a hot one, jalapenos and something else, some other pepper in it. Those are great. And their teriyaki ones are to die for. Oh my God, they're to die for. Well, they're $1.50 a piece, right? You wouldn't believe it. The other day, I walked into our little store in Clam Lake. It's called Clam Lake Junction, and there's only 3 businesses. Well, actually, there's 3 locations with businesses. The Clam Lake Junction has their gas station, convenience store, souvenir store, fish and bait store, everything all in one. Right next to it is a beauty salon. Right next to that is the local post office, which the store runs. And then right next to that is a motel, which the store runs. And that's it. That's the metropolis of Clam Lake. That's it. There's nothing else. There's hardly any people that live there. It's just those. And then there's a bar. And then across the street, there's a bar and grill that makes awesome pizza. Well, I stopped at that Clam Lake Junction to put gas in my Forest Service truck. And I thought, I need something to drink and a snack. So I went into the store. I couldn't believe it. Bad, bad, bad. $15 worth of those sausages. I had 10 of them. That's insane. What the hell do you need 10 for, right? I went in there yesterday and I bought 8 more. And on my way back to camp, I told myself, stop it, stop it, stop it. I keep my receipts for everything. So I dug through my receipts last night and it was just writing down the sausages I bought since I started doing camp May 1st. I've spent $128 on those sausages since May 1st. I eat at least 2 or 3 of those sausages a day. Whenever I hike somewhere, I got a couple in my pocket. When I go out do my campground rounds in the truck, I got a couple in the truck with me. And they're gone by the time I get back. Hey, Mayberry 316, hello, hello. It's great to see you too. Well, Andrew, there's Andrew Merritt. Hey, hey, hello, hello, Andrew. It's great to see ya. Great to see ya. Chuck, how you doing? Everybody I can. You're terrible. You're terrible. You're terrible. You're terrible. Yeah, I had a couple of gals that They're a few years younger than me, but the two of them were kind of arguing in their campsite one evening, and I was going through do my rounds. They're sitting at the campfire, and they're kind of arguing. And then all of a sudden, I heard one of them say, "Oh, there he is." And I'm looking around like, "Who? There's who?" And one of them said, "Hey, Sty, come on over by the fire." And I walked into their campsite. I go, "How's it going? You enjoying yourselves and your stay here at camp?" "Oh, yeah, yeah." All of a sudden, the personal questions start coming out. "Are you married? What do you do for a living other than host camp? How many kids you got?" Blah, blah, blah. All these personal questions. I go, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about you, and being that you're asking me everything about my personal life, for crying out loud. Are you seeing anybody? And the one gal, she fessed right up, and the other one embarrassed the hell out of her. She said, "We're kind of arguing over who should be your companion if you haven't got one." I said, "Ain't happening." I said, "Sorry, gals, I got a big campground to walk through. Bye." No, that's the last thing I need. That's the last thing I need. These gals going to campgrounds hunting for a outdoorsman. No. No. Tell you what, my camper's barely big enough for me. No, stay away. Oh, you got to run, John? Okay, buddy. Take care of yourself. Hey, Jack's grandma. Great to see you, Kathleen. It's great to see you. Thank you for your comments on the videos. It's so nice when I hear from you. Yeah, I was telling earlier, the videos for this week, it's 2 product reviews and a long hike. So only 3 videos, but each one's 20 to 30 minutes long. And so I figure 3 of them, one going up every other day till I'm back up here to do a live. I'll have more video work for the following week. I've got 3 more product reviews to do. Hey, Chuck, did you get a number? No, I didn't want their damn number. I didn't want their phone number. In fact, the first thing I did when I got back into camp was I pulled my iPad up and I pulled up the reservation report to see when they were leaving camp. And they were leaving camp 2 days later. So I made myself real busy the following day and that evening. I didn't have to run into him. There he is. There we go. There's another monkey on our back. There he is.
Who are you calling a monkey?
Hey, who you calling monkey?
Everybody say hi to Connie. Connie is up in the bedroom watching you on her phone.
Hey,
Hi, Connie. Great.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. She was watching you through Facebook because I had shared you out earlier today. And she was like, I always wonder, if someone's watching you through Facebook, are you getting, since you're going through that platform to watch it, are you getting any view time for that? Or they actually have to go into YouTube and watch you in order to get the view time? I always wonder.
Yeah, no, you get the view time. If you click on it in Facebook, it's actually linking you to YouTube.
Okay.
Yep. The actual feed is coming from YouTube, not from Facebook. So
I got you.
So yeah, click on any videos that show up on the that's what I wish I could do, but because I schedule my videos, I don't post them to the Sty Shack on Facebook because they're really not available yet, So they'd be sitting there in the Sty Shack for a week.
Right.
People be going, what good is a video that's not even posted yet? It's he's showing off a private video. That's nice. We can't get in it, But
Oh, and she can comment too. She's got the phone. She's got her thing now. She can comment in the chat too. So
she can.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Don't let her fool you. Don't let her just.
Oh, there she is, Connie.
Be a big stick in the mud in the stick. She can comment. Oh, there you go.
Mud in the stick. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard through the grapevine that Connie's getting more involved with the YouTube side of it and keeping an eye on things and kind of hanging out and even collabing with you a bit. I tell you what, that's great. I think that's great.
She's willing to do a video with me if she doesn't have to burn. So
right.
So.
And that's it. Is you got to respect that. If a person don't want to burn,
right?
Yeah. Don't try talking people into it like you did me.
No, you were doing that shit before me. Come on.
Hey, barely. All I did
Andy was
before you was the Psycho Bar and the VAT 19. Everything since then has all been because of your influence. I've been trying to put a montage together of all of my hot challenges, and I did enough of them where it's way the hell too long. So I got to figure out how can I edit those and cut them down short enough, But with some of those challenges, how do you cut them down? I mean, like the VAT 19 bar, you're doing a piece at a time,
Right. Exactly.
So you got a dozen pieces, and so I'm thinking maybe just a facial expression from each piece, and then have the first piece be a long segment and the last piece be a long segment, and all the ones in between just a facial expression. Piece number 3. Yeah. Hey, Peppers in Kentucky living. Hello.
Peppers. I got to meet Peppers down there in Nashville too.
Mm-hmm.
We got to hang out for a little more than an hour down there in Nashville. He happened to be out in the area from Kentucky, so.
It's too hard for you to say hi to everybody, huh? You just did. You said hi, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Hi, everyone.
Well, I'd be honest with you. People like to see an individual comment that they were going to say hi to you, and you did. People like that. I like that. So I feel bad when I'm on panel and I got to pay attention here, and I want to type and I want to pay attention and want to hear what you're saying. It's tough.
When the hell do you ever pay attention on my panel?
All right,
anybody up here? Caught you on that one.
Yeah, especially
I got to pay attention up here on the panel. You don't pay attention to what we do.
Especially the third time you're telling the same story, right?
Hey, that never, ever happens with me.
Well, you don't tell the same Sty story, just other stories that are, in there.
The fringe stories, yeah. Yeah, but, well, what the heck. You wait till I actually get old. Hey, did you hear me telling them? Hey, I can get older, I guarantee it.
What were we watching the other day? We were watching something the other day, and an old guy was what was they were doing something on Clouds and Stouts. They were watching an old movie from back in the day. It was was it Flash Gordon? I think it was the Flash Gordon movie they were watching. And the guy that granted this guy his powers, he had this big old gray beard, and he kind of looked like Gandalf's guy. And I was like, hey, Sty's always been old.
That's back when he started his movie career. I think he was like 22 years old at the time. Yep. Some bitch never changes. Did you hear me telling him earlier, Phil, that I weighed myself today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost 45 pounds since May 1st.
Wow. That's awesome.
I'm down to 180 now. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to lose any more than that. Shit. The way it is, I got to buy a whole new wardrobe.
Well, I'm sure your blood sugars and all those things are a lot better, and
blood sugars are good. I did a really good, healthy, up and down the hills kind of rugged hike 2 days ago, and yeah, could have done it in my sleep. Felt good, and I thought about that when I found out how much I had lost today. I thought, oh, that hike the other day, I was carrying 45 less pounds since the last time I took that hike. So I was carrying a really big backpack back then. Now I can carry a 45-pound backpack, and it'll feel like it did just hiking in my underwear last year.
I think about that when you lose like 40 pounds, you're like, that's not a lot. And then I carry 2 40-pound bags of salt down here to the basement to put in my salt. And that 40-pound bag of salt is heavy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's until you pick it up by itself and actually realize how much it weighs, you're going, I got rid of that? Wow. That's why I just love watching Last Chance Hiker. He's got a YouTube channel, but he was over 400 pounds, and he hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, which I can't remember how many thousand miles that is. It's from the Mexican border to the Canadian border. And he hiked that whole damn trail in the wishes that he'd get down to about 185 to 200 pounds. Well, he didn't make that. He made it down to about 250 pounds. But he went from 400 down to that.
Right.
And I messaged him. I said, my God. And plus he carried a big backpack full of shit with him on top of that 400 pounds.
Sure.
I said, you were carrying a hiker and his backpack on that trip. That's what you were doing. You were carrying a hiker and his backpack. And at the end of the trip, you didn't have to carry the guy or his pack anymore. I said, I'm proud of you, man. Lose that kind of weight, lose 150 pounds.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a big accomplishment.
That's a person. That's a small person.
It is. I mean, grab your wife, put a backpack on her full of shit, and piggyback her on a 2,000-mile through hike. Try that shit once. That's what that guy was doing. I said, oh, okay. So, yeah, I gotta. Yeah. And right away, the nurse I had to stop at the clinic for some paperwork shit. And
I gotta get going. I gotta make food, but I'm glad I got
it's that time, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
Well,
but
gosh,
it was good to see you.
It was so good.
Yeah. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah. I gotta catch Sunday's song. I haven't listened to it yet. I will catch it tonight. As I didn't want to try to listen to it while I was editing videos and stuff today. I like when I can just sit, listen. So it'll be after the stream tonight. Yeah. Love you, girl. I miss you so much.
Bye, everybody. See you, Kathleen. See y'all. Have a good one.
You take care, sweetie. Yeah. Jack's grandma, but Samantha. Yeah. Yeah, she's got to fix them boys' dinner, it's 5:30 in the evening there. I've got myself down to quite the routine now out at camp, and it's become a little obvious. My supervisor with the Forest Service and all the other forest rangers, they get a kick out of it. The other day I was sitting there and the weather was just crappy. It wasn't raining or nothing, but it was blowing so blasted hard. There's no way you go out on the lake. I didn't want to go out on the lake with the power boat. And I didn't have enough time in the day to go set out on a hike or anything. And I thought, what am I going to do until sunset? I can't have a fire tonight. It's blowing so hard. And I had the generator running to charge up all the batteries I need for pressure washer and stuff I use for cleaning the bathrooms. And so I use a lot of batteries for rechargeable batteries for equipment I use for the Forest Service. So I had the Jenny running for that. And I thought, what the heck? I popped open my games case and fired up the PlayStation. I'm sitting there playing. All of a sudden I hear somebody, I'm just enthralled and playing, and all of a sudden I hear somebody go, "Oh my God, you're playing PS4." That scared the bejesus out of me, for crying out loud. And yeah, there I was playing PS4 in a campground out in the middle of nowhere. And this guy poked his head in and he goes, "Oh wow, you're playing Minecraft." I said, "Yeah, I'm just trying to burn up some time. It's better than twiddling my thumbs." And he goes, "I cannot believe that you're playing Minecraft out here in a campground in the middle of nowhere." I said, "Why not?" And he goes, "You're supposed to be camping." I said, No. That's not a requirement of my job. I get a free campsite to live in. This is my home. My home for 6 days every single week for 5 months. Now don't get me wrong. I love the outdoors. I love it. But I also like some of the things from home, and PlayStation is one of those. I said, so I sit in my little trailer and play PlayStation when there's nothing outdoors that I want to do. I got my door propped open. I can see out there. I can see the rabbit running by. I see the chipmunks out there. But I'm playing PlayStation. Yeah. Doing real life stuff, Same with editing videos. Folks will stop in and they go, "Are you on the computer?" Yeah. I got videos I got to render before I head home Wednesday. And yeah. No. If I'd get my modifications done to my trailer, it'll be more comfortable for doing some of that kind of work. And, boy, here's something that might interest you, Phil. Okay. Now, This is the first year they gave volunteers trucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a Ford F-150, and Travis has got a Dodge, big 3/4 ton Dodge Ram, and half of the Forest Service employees are driving these real sweet Chevys, only a year or two old. Well, they told me and Travis, you guys are driving trucks that are technically on borrowed time. They were supposed to go for auction this year. They only keep their trucks for so many years, and then they send them off and auction them away. And then each time they retire a vehicle, they replace it, right?
Okay.
When they replace it with a new one, whoever's got the next oldest vehicle passes it down to you, because the new vehicle starts at the top and it works its way all the way down through those years back to you. Volunteers get the oldest equipment ready to be retired. And they had told us early in the season, enjoy your trucks because you won't have them next year because they go to auction. In fact, mine is supposed to go to auction next year. Travis's was supposed to be already gone this year. Well, I kind of checked on the internet and looked around, and yeah, the skinny out there, what they're talking about is federal agencies in general, law enforcement branches, Forest Service, Department of Agriculture, all these different departments have been given. It's more of it's not a directive. It's just kind of like they're telling them, be prepared because we will be issuing a no acquisition for vehicles and or anything in the technology field for all of 2022. So all next year there won't be allowed to purchase any new vehicles or new computer equipment because of the chip thing. And they're saying the reason they're going to be issuing that is because they said we can leave your ability to acquire new trucks there. The only problem is there aren't any for you to acquire. When I heard that there aren't any there for you to acquire because they can only meet a certain standard. The trucks can't have a bunch of bells and whistles, The bells and whistles in Forest Service trucks you got power windows, air conditioning, AM, FM radio with a CD player. There you go. That's your bells and whistles. Otherwise, standard
no CD players now.
What's that?
So you won't be getting those CD players now. They don't put CD players in nothing and haven't for years.
Well, how many years? It can't be that many years. My truck at work is a 2000. My truck at work is a 2015, and it's got a CD player in it.
I want to say right around 2017, 2018, they pretty much stopped putting it in everything except we had them in the Silverados up until they redesigned that vehicle and they went out. And I think on some of our Tahoes and Suburbans, they still have them in there just because they haven't changed the manufacturer of the radio yet.
So what are you supposed to do? Just Bluetooth your shit off your phone or something?
You're supposed to drag your ass into this century and either put all your CDs on a thumb drive that you can just plug in and listen to everything instead of having all
it's got a USB. It's got a USB port. You can plug it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or listen to Pandora,
that's my question.
Spotify.
Yeah. Don't say bring myself into this fucking century.
You and your freaking CDs.
Well, kiss my hiney. I mean, I got thumb drives up the yang. I got them all over the freaking place. I think I got 30 of these damn things, and I found that now that I'm a YouTuber, thumb drives are worthless. So I'm not unplugging my drives to show them, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 portable hard drives now. And those don't see, and they're all 2 to 4 terabyte, and they're almost all of them are full now.
You talk a lot.
What? Ain't got nothing to do with how much you fucking.
There's a lot of BS on all those.
It has to do with how much video work you do compared to some people. I can't help it, man. That's like my hike video. I think it's 34 minutes long, but it's worth watching that 34 minutes. It's a good video. I mean, and it keeps your interest because there are interest points that I'm stopping at and telling you what they're about and stuff. So, and there's 9 of them over 30 minutes and a couple of extra points of interest where it only goes maybe it keeps you interested for 1 or 2 minutes and it goes right to the next interest point, and then it keeps you interested for a few minutes, goes right to the next interest point. So it's a good video. It's put together. It keeps people's interest. But that was almost 4 hours of video that I edited into 34
30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, so that's that's the thing is I don't throw out any of my raw video. I've got all of that on hard drives from the time I started my channel, from day one. I've got every single piece of raw footage plus the final video. So that's a lot of
It's a lot of footage.
That way someday Running Water, after I'm dead and gone, can watch for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to catch the pieces I cut out of the videos where I dropped a lot of F-bombs, hurt myself and didn't show it, things like that,
Yeah, Sty's like a hoarder with his video, except it's video and not, garbage in his house. So
yeah, I at this rate though, shit, if my apartment was any smaller, I'd look like a hoarder's with all the hard drives stacked all over. Yeah. Damn apartment. Hey, there's
Travis,
Nick.
Travis showed up in the chat there too, Sty. Destination Great Lakes.
There he is.
He is.
Oh, you got your new call booster working, eh? A cell booster. He got a cell booster for out at his campground because, he was using a hotspot and he'd stick it in a Ziploc bag, plastic bag, and he's hoisting that sucker 40 feet up in a tree so that he could get a little bit of signal to do a few things on the internet here and there.
Sure.
And he was using, I think it was Verizon at first, and then he went to T-Mobile, having the same, sketchy kind of signal. And he said, I give up. He says, I'm going with a cell booster. I'm going to get a tower, put a cell booster up. I'm glad to hear he's got it up. That's good. He's out at camp. He's out at camp and he's commenting. That's pretty good. He's watching and commenting. That's cool. Hey, Swamp Donkey.
What's up, E-Waste? What's up, Raven?
Yeah, E-Waste is back in the house. Well, he's probably been lurking all this time. He was here earlier. There's Raven. Hello, Raven. I'm hoping that Canoe Hound shows up. I want to see Dennis tonight. I'm hoping he shows up. I'll fix that. Bugger.
There you go. Message him.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is fix his. Where are you? There you go.
So how's everyone doing in the chat? We get to do this thing once a week on here with Sty. I don't go live too often anymore. A couple nights a week, I've been lately. And I'm live on other people's lives, but, go hang out with other people like I am tonight. But
we're talking about that this week. It's been kind of quiet, as far as streams going. And from what I could tell, that's what was going on mostly, was folks were going over to other people's streams instead of, running their own. And fall's coming. We'll be streaming all the time again over winter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Winter comes and it just, you get busy streaming all the time instead of busy cutting the freaking grass,
Well, that's me. I'm out there some of these nights I come in here and no one's live, and I don't even feel like I want to go live because, I've been outside working all day, mowing our lawn, mowing my mother-in-law's lawn, weed whacking, taking care of stuff and whatnot. And you're just kind of exhausted,
Yeah.
Mike's too busy to scream. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right. And that's what his streams are all about, is him being busy,
Yep.
Yeah, yep. He's busy working and just letting the camera run. Yeah.
Yep.
That he pulls it off too. He gets away with it. I mean, yeah, just let that camera run.
Yep.
Well, he's fun to watch and listen to. Just him chatting with somebody he's got on the panel while he's working, and you'll see something they're doing and just explain to them how stupid that is, Yeah.
That sounds like Mike, right?
Nobody's got time for that bullshit. But I know what you're saying, Phil, because even out at camp, I have days. I mean, by the time I get all my camp duties done, and it's a mowing day or like, I'll get done. I might get done early, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, done, totally done, and know that I'm going to have a day or two off. The easy stuff, and I'll sit down in camp, and I'll say, I'm not even going to light a freaking campfire. That's bullshit. Right? And I'm going to make myself a sandwich for supper. Right? I ain't cooking nothing. I'm going to just sit on my ass. I just don't feel up to doing anything. And I got campers coming over. Hey, come over to the fire and hang out with us. And I tell them, no, not tonight, man. No. Tonight, I'm just kicking back. I just really don't feel up to doing nothing. I don't want to sit and BS with people or nothing.
Hey, what's up, Cheese Dick?
Hey, Chris. Hey, Cheese Head. No one's got time for the bullshit. Yeah, for this bullshit. Try and get StreamYard to work for the fun of it. Just need to find the door to Sty Camp. Huh?
I am willing to try and get StreamYard to work for the fun of it. I just need to find the door to Sty Camp.
I don't know what he means.
Yeah, I don't. No one's understanding what you're saying there, Trav.
Yeah.
Nothing new, but hey.
Since when did they end up putting a door in my camp?
Right?
It's just broke. It's wide open.
Sty Shack, Sty Cheese. We give Cheesehead a hard time there, Swamp Donkey. He comes in here and gives Sty a hard time, so we give it back to him.
Yeah, Cheesehead's cool, but people that don't know him don't know what to think. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, you remember, Phil? Was it last week? I was talking about how some UTVers went and pulled my no motorized vehicle sign out.
Mm-hmm.
Pitched the son of a bitch in the lake. I had to walk out there, and the water was over my waist. So I had to go under the water, dive under to get that damn sign back.
Grandpa's telling the same story again.
No. This is not. This is a prelude, a continuation of this story.
Okay.
You haven't heard the whole. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be quiet. Sorry.
You've heard this before. The rest of the story.
The rest. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Yep. So I had pounded that frickin' sign back in, got up in the box of that pickup truck and pounded it in with a split maul to beat that sucker in there deep about, good 2.5 feet into the ground. I couldn't yank it out. One of the Forest Service guys, he's a big brute. He goes, no, you'll take a truck and chain to get that out of there. So what happened? 2 days ago, I go down there to check, see if I got to mow the boat landing and that nice picnic ground we have. My frickin' sign is gone.
Really?
I looked all over, hiking through all the brush and shit. Sure enough, there it is. But this time it was on the lake shore in a bunch of frickin' raspberry brush. All them stickers and shit. I had to crawl through that shit, get my sign, drug it out. It's in the Oh, okay. He's looking for a link to come up on my panel. all you have to
I
do
didn't
there,
see nothing that said
Travis.
nothing about no damn link.
Yeah, Travis, all you had to say is where's the link?
Yeah, don't be so cryptic about link.
Link. Yeah.
Link, please.
Just send me the link. I can understand that basic English, Send me the link.
There you go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, he says. But no, them sons of bitches wouldn't yank my sign out again. I know exactly which group did it. They were all down there. They were all down there with their UTVs using my boat landing as a beach.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Hey, Travis.
There he is. He's sitting in his new camper.
Hey, guys.
Right there at Black Lake.
Nice.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let's see if I can actually get outside.
It's a little bit laggy, but not terrible. No, there it's lagging. Yeah, it's like we're seeing still shots of you.
Let me get back
there you're
closer to the
moving
antenna.
again. Yeah. Yeah, the closer you are to that antenna, the smoother it gets. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't figured out exactly where I want to mount the indoor antenna yet. I want it to cover the awning, but I'm more worried about inside coverage because that's where the cell booster and the computer and everything is.
Yeah. Good
but
deal.
It's working.
Yeah. Oh, it's working 190% better than what you had before this. I mean, yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah.
I'm not even actually using the jetpack right now. I'm just using my phone's data connection.
Sure. So yeah, you can have your jetpack picking that signal up.
Yes, I can, but it doesn't. Right now, I figure the jetpack it's unlimited, but it's throttled once I hit a certain point. Whereas my phone, as long as I'm not using it in jetpack mode, the plan I'm on, they'll never throttle me. So in this case, I'd rather use my phone's data than chew up the jetpacks.
Sure. Why not?
Like if I make a video out here and I want to upload it, I'll transfer it to my phone and then I'll upload it from my phone.
Sure. Well, that's cool. That's cool that you've got that. You've got that access now. See, I was going to do that out. I was going to do that out at East Twin, even though I get between 2 and 4 bars consistently. It can be at times inconsistent, and I've talked to a couple of folks that had boosters when they came out and they're going to spend a week or two. I see them set up their pole and they strap it to the side of their camper, and they said, "Oh yeah, boy, from where we're at, we get 5 solid bars and it never drops with the booster." And I said, "You're only 4 miles from the tower. It's straight across the lake. I mean, get real."
Right now, I am 1 bar away from full signal.
Wow.
Good.
Considering you've been out here, Sty, you know as well as I do.
Yep.
You've got to find that lucky spot and stand on 1 foot with your finger in the air, and then maybe you'll be able to send a text.
Yeah.
Was he in a camper, you say?
Yeah, he's in his camper. Yep.
At the campground.
Yep.
Well, he ain't roughing it.
No, it ain't nothing like the adventure trailer.
Shit.
Yeah, look at that luxury shit, eh? I mean, if I had his camper, that'd be an upgrade from my apartment here. Jesus. If I had that camper, I'd have to cut a deal with the Forest Service that I could host 30 miles of snowmobile trail or some shit, so I could just spend the whole year after year in my camper out at camp. Yeah. I'd never go home if I had a camper like that.
Some people spend a fortune on having a cabin, a second home. This is my second home. And it is when I get tired of this lake, I just hook it up and drag it to another lake.
Well, that's the nice thing about it is when the fishing goes to shit on that lake, you can always find a better fishing lake. You got choices, man.
And I don't have to pay
and you don't have to sell the cabin and property to do it.
Right.
I've known a few people that go, God, I wish I'd never bought that cottage on the lake. That lake sucks.
Right.
And then now try to sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Lake.
Hey, hike with Mike. Good to see you.
Yeah, Black Lake goes to shit. I just hook up and go someplace else.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. Did I haven't told you, Travis. I was just telling these guys, them damn ATV UTVers pulled my freaking sign out again and tried to throw it in the lake again, but it didn't get in the water. It landed on the shoreline in a bunch of raspberry brush. So I had to go through this big patch of raspberry brush to get my sign back. It's in the back of my truck back at camp now.
There we go.
And
I switched over to the jetpack data. That way I can be outside.
There, yeah. And so I'm going to have Chris, have one of the guys, probably Brandon, come over, post hole dig. I'm going to go over to the yard with my electric chainsaw, and I'm going to cut me a nice 6x6 post. And we're going to plant that sucker in the middle of that trail going into my picnic site. We're going to bury that sucker about 4 feet in the ground. I'll get an 8-footer. We'll put her 4 feet in the ground, put that no ATV sign on that son of a bitch. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna sleep in my hammock down there with a baseball bat. These UTVers are pissing me off. You know what I don't like? I used to have big reds, the 3-wheelers. I loved them. I had 3 of them. And I'm just like anybody else. Love that stuff, off-road stuff. But, they've got their place. They got their purpose, blah, blah, blah. But the attitudes of a lot of these people, and I never believed this until now, but I'm finding a lot of them have this bad biker kind of attitude. They think they're bad bikers or something. Oh, don't mess with us. We're UTVers. We'll F you up. Oh, you want to try? Yeah, let's see. I mean, and it's gotten to the point where I came right out and I told one of our local game wardens that I wouldn't shed a tear if the Forest Service banned them from national forests, period. You can't even use our gravel roads. Ban them. You can't even come on to the Forest Service with them damn things anymore.
Well, I'm with you. They didn't do anything on those 2 campgrounds for 10 years. They had no one to supervise, so people knew where they could go with their UTVs and have a good time. And then suddenly someone's in there, has a sign up and whatnot. So again, well, the only reason we come here is because we can bring our UTVs here. And yeah, I can kind of understand their end of it too.
Why? No, it's posted. It's posted all over that they cannot be there.
Yeah, but
it's bigger than that, Bill.
What's that?
Signs are bigger than that.
Oh, they got big signs out there that says no.
Oh yeah. When you pull into my campground, the very first signs coming into the campground are street signs.
But who enforced it?
And it says no ATV. All ATVs must be trailered at all times. Underneath that is a UTV and an ATV with a big red circle or red line through it. And them morons will drive past that some bitch right into my campground, and I'll stop them, and they'll go, "What sign? I didn't see no sign." How in the hell could you not? If you can't see that sign, what are you doing operating a motor vehicle?
Get your glasses.
You're going to run somebody over, you blind son of a bitch. I mean, I get,
But nobody,
how
there were signs there, but no one enforced it. It's like having 55-mile-an-hour signs and never having any police out there and everybody doing 70 miles an hour because there's no police to enforce it. So since someone was ever there to enforce it, they weren't supposed to, but they got away with it. And then now suddenly the police are showing up.
Well, being raised in a police family, we were always taught, just because you got away with it didn't make it right.
Oh, it doesn't make it right? No.
Doesn't make it right. So don't bitch when you finally do get caught.
Yeah.
You got nothing to bitch about. You can't say, oh, for the last 30 years, I got away with it. There's the key statement. Got away with it. No, you got away with it because you're nothing but a fucking criminal. You're just a asshole. That's you law breaking some bitch.
All of us Peters are assholes. And
I never, and I swear to God, guys, I never ever felt that way about ATVs and UTVs until now. And it's because of so much disrespect they show, because I don't approach them with, hey, get the hell out of here. I approach them with, whoa, hey.
Oh, I do.
Hold on a second. I got to tell you. And I approach it as, oh, I want to bring your attention to something, you know. And I treat it as, I'm trying to help you out here, man, so that law enforcement don't catch you. You know, I'm trying to give you some good advice here. I can't write you the citation, but this guy on my phone that I hit this key, yeah, he'll come right down here. He'll write you a ticket. And these guys that were giving me shit, man, picnic site, I loved it when they're giving me crap. Well, we've been coming in here for the last 30 years and doing this. And I said, no, you haven't. They haven't had them goddamn UTVs for 30 fucking years. You know, don't lie to me. You know, I'm old. I ain't stupid. You know, get real. You might have come in here with a big red. That's when they first came out, you know, a little over 30 years, barely 30 years ago. And I said, and they said, big deal. We're in here with these. What's it hurt? I said, look at the grass. You're tearing the place up with them. This is a picnic area, picnic ground. It's not a parking lot. Get them the hell out of here. And they said, well, if you could enforce anything, what could you do? And I said, well, if I could enforce, here's the first thing. I give you a citation for taking that off of a traveled roadway, because that is a Forest Service, National Forest regulation, not a rule. It's a law. You are not allowed to take those things off the road onto any unimproved trail or any area and damage any of the foliage, the grass, or anything with them. It's illegal. That's not a rule. I said, so you'd get cited for that. Second of all, I'd have all these UTVs impounded, because these 35 empty beer cans laying here tells me not one of you could blow well enough to be legally driving one. So you want to get smart, or do I push the button on the phone? And I liked it because that one young kid, he was sharp. You know, and that's terrible. The youngest guy out of the whole group of a-holes, this young kid goes, guys, look at the truck he's driving. Oh, yeah, when they see that Forest Service shield on the truck and they see that radio antenna in the middle of the hood, the roof, it's like, oh, I guess he can do something. Yeah, it's what a bunch of turds. I mean, don't have to be crappy like that. Yeah,
I'm to the point, Sty. If they're I gotta give it right back.
I like what she said, and for next season, she said, over the winter, I'm going to get myself probably 4, but I'm going to get some trail cams, and I'm going to set them up. I got certain places that I want those set up. I've got a walk-in site that people like to cheat, sneak in there with a UTV to camp or a motorcycle. I want to get a trail cam on that, and I want to get a couple down at that campground, at that picnic area, and same up at Beaver Lake. There's a spot I want a trail cam on, and then I got them. I got their license number on their vehicle. I got video of them. I got shots of them right in the non-motorized vehicle areas, and they will write the citations and send them to them. So, yeah, they got to just, what's wrong with people? And they go, well, what's it hurt? Well, it hurts the person that shows up here and they got 3 little kids. They want to have a nice picnic in this area. And they come in and all it is a bunch of beer cans laying everywhere and the grass is all tore up. Yeah. So they go try to find someplace people respect it. And no, my rule there is the same as the rule on my channel. Show some respect, for God's sakes. There's other people want to use that facility, so don't destroy it.
What's up, Yoran?
Hey, Yoran, it's great to see you, buddy. It is good to see you, Yoran.
It took me about 5 seconds. I'm thinking, all right, Shadow, what's his first name? What's his first name? What's his first name?
What's that?
It took me
Oh,
about
was it
5
his first
seconds.
name?
Yeah. It took me about 5 seconds.
What's that? Yeah. At least you didn't go, "Hey, Swede, how's it going?"
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's just getting ready for work.
Here's what I need.
Yeah.
Here's what.
What?
No, here's nothing, man.
Here's nothing. Here's me losing the
signal. Here he is, gone.
He gone. There
He's back.
There we go.
There he's
now
back.
That I have, I was
talk. I got to grab a cup of coffee over here.
I found a Wi-Fi enabled game camera. I should set that up on my site.
You go from good to bad and good to bad again.
Let's try right next to the indoor antenna then.
There you go. That's helpful.
Okay. I guess I got to bring a camp chair in here. No, I was just looking on Amazon. I just found a Wi-Fi enabled game camera. I should now that I've got this cell booster, I can leave my jetpack turned on and I could use it like a Ring doorbell and keep an eye on my site when I'm not here.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah.
You got a lot of spaces to look after. Don't you have 40?
I've got 29 here at Black Lake, and I have another 15 at Moose.
Holy mackerel! So almost 45.
Running Water's got one of them surveillance systems at his house, and his ex-girlfriend, she still has the access code to it, and she was messaging him last year. She's going, "This real shady old fucker keeps coming up to your house, messing around on your porch and shit. I keep seeing him, then he'll go around the back of the house." He'd message me, and I got some creepy old man with a big gray beard hanging around on my porch and shit while I'm out on the road. And I go, "What the hell? You got to be kidding." He goes, "It's you moron. We're watching you. We got a camera out there." And I go, "You're way the hell out in California?" He goes, Yeah, I can pull it right up on my phone, watch that camera anytime I want. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one for out here at camp. How cool would that be when I'm in town? If somebody rings my doorbell, I could answer them when I'm from home.
Well, I thought about
I'm the host. I'm not here right now, but I could still answer your question. What's up?
Yeah. Well, I've thought about putting one of those doorbell cams in just so I can see the comings and goings 5 days a week when I'm not at home, Right. I got kids at work, a kid that doesn't work, and there's comings and goings on here that I'm not sure. So,
do you really want to know about them though?
Oh, yeah. So when someone says, "Well, no one came over," I'm like, bullshit. Oh,
that's the thing is you can't lie about having been there when they're watching you,
With video evidence, right?
Yeah, and think about how many times, Phil, one of your little clips on your channel is a guy delivering a package and doing the jig all the way back out to his truck. Dojo.
Yeah, I was about to show it.
We'd never have that if it wasn't for somebody's security camera,
Yeah.
I walked through a campsite at a place I hike a lot, and it was trashed by these knuckleheads. It was an Esquarian campsite, and they used the horse water trough as a trash can. Yeah. See now, there too. There's a good example. Now but this is very rare. I found this is very rare. We have a few Esquarian campgrounds in our area, and they're operated for the Forest Service by private clubs, Esquarian horse clubs,
Question.
And boy, they got strict rules, man. You get a campsite, your horses crap all over at the hitching post. You got to shovel that crap up, and you have to remove it from the site. You can't just go flinging that crap off in the woods, because as big as some of those campgrounds are,
Sure.
and you figure all the horses over a whole summer, you're going to kill off some timber with that much manure thrown in the woods all the way around the perimeter of that campground. So they literally have to haul it out. And they all know, and they bring 55-gallon plastic drums to haul the horse crap out, right? But then you'll get somebody that, you'll get somebody that thinks it's all right to take a horse down a narrow hiking trail. It's just a hiking trail, and it'll have a sign that says no bicycles, no horses, no motorized vehicles, and it shows that it's a hiking foot travel trail. And you're walking down it, and here comes 3 frickin' big ass horses down this narrow little trail. You gotta nosedive into the brush, into the bushes, to let these big ass horses by. And then for the next 4 miles, you're walking over and around and stepping in horseshit. But if you stop them and say, "Hey, you're not allowed to have horses," like, "Oh, go F yourself," and they're just nasty with you. Now those types of people, and that's it is, it's like Phil was saying, they've been allowed to get away with it for so long that they feel, well, because I got allowed to get away with it, now it's my right. You shouldn't be allowed to stop me from doing that. No, we should be obligated to stop them from doing what's wrong, period, and teach people what they can and can't do. It's just like, I know Travis would totally agree with me. We have people that think it's all right to throw all their garbage in the fire pit and leave. Oh, there's a hose. They'll clean that out. No. Right. There's a host. There's one guy that's been doing that to me all summer. 3 times now he's done that. This last weekend he was supposed to be there. He didn't show, and I think it's because he's scared of me or something. But he did pay for the site, so I'm happy. The Forest Service got his money. He never canceled. But he always filled his fire pit full of garbage before he'd leave. Oh, the host clean that up. It'd be all right if it was in a garbage bag and set in the fire pit where I could grab the garbage bag, put it in the back of my Forest Service truck, take it to the dumpster. I would hardly bitch about that if the rest of the fire pit was nice and clean, But it was all in one garbage bag. Hope somebody takes that to the dumpster from it. That'd be tolerable. But to just throw loose garbage in and mix garbage, nasty, and do it every frickin' time, even though the very first time he did it, I told him, no, do not do that. Don't do it no more. He did it 2 times after that, the 2 times he stayed out there. And it's because he's always gotten away with it. Well,
that's all right, Sty.
I talked to our supervisor, and he said, we'll cite him next time. Take the pictures and just email him to me. And he says, we got his info. Yeah, he's reserved. He's a reservation camper. So, yeah, we got his address. We'll just mail him the citation and tell him he can't camp here for the rest of the season. I said, good.
I got 2 Sty that until Chris yelled at them on Monday, where they had a hose attached to the sewer outlet of their camper, and they had their gray valves pulled and the garden hose running off into the woods.
Yep. Running their gray water off into the woods from their camper. And Travis, he's reasonable. He understands. He said, they may come back with it's a rather fair argument. Well, if I was camping in a big ass tent and I was doing my dishes or taking a shower or whatever, all that gray water is getting pitched in the woods or out on the ground in my campsite.
Or
So
I'm
why
using it to
can't
put out my fire.
or putting it to use to put out my fire? But why can't I have a garden hose coming from my rig that gets rid of my kitchen sink water and my shower water? Why can't I do that? Because that's the regulation. That's the rule. You can, if you did it in a dishpan and carried the dishpan out, pitched it, nobody's can say anything. It's allowed. But if you run a hose off of your trailer and out, and I started thinking about that. And now I know the reasoning in that, and it's because from inside that unit, enclosed unit, nobody can see what could possibly be in that water. For all we know, you might be dumping old battery acid down the sink, letting that run out the hose.
Well, and bacteria and everything else grows in the tank.
Cleansers and things. There's things that you may put in that might end up in that gray water that wouldn't end up in typical campsite gray water. So I'm thinking that's probably where they came up with the justification of gray water from a camper doesn't match gray water of a tent unit, type of deal.
Well, and part of it's quantity.
What's that?
Part of it is quantity. I mean, a camper can dump 30 gallons at a time versus a gallon of dishwater.
Right.
Oh, but I've seen, I had one this summer already. There were 5 in their group. Every one of them took a shower every day. And every one of them, they used this 5-gallon bucket with a hose in it for their shower. And he'd fill that bucket up down at the lake and hang that thing up there. And they'd shower up there, all 5 of them, sometimes twice a day. And they had more gray water because and I went over their campsite. They were in site number 2, if you can recall what that looks like there, Travis. But
yep.
There's a big patch around their outdoor shower. It was suds for a week. I mean, yeah, they're all out there showering and shampooing, and all them suds are coming out from underneath that camp shower. But yet, if they had a small camper and they were doing the exact same thing and had a garden hose running out there and leaving a pile of suds out there, oh yeah, they'd be getting cited for it. So it's, yeah, but the thing is we're supposed to be, in these cases, the rule followers, not the rule makers. So if you don't like the rule, then get a hold of your senators and congressmen and have them talk to the Forest Service and see if they can adjust the rule. But don't tell the Forest Service employees or volunteers that they're assholes because of the rules. We don't write them, man. We don't write them. We just have to report when you follow them. That's all. And the thing is that goes for everybody. And I like it because almost all my campers have already told me that they appreciate the fact that it's very obvious that I don't care who you are. You could be my very best camper, and then you go and break one of those rules, and I'm going to dump on you just as bad as that crappy camper I got over on the other side of camp. Because those rules apply to everybody the exact same way.
Sure.
Whether you're a good camper, bad camper, indifferent camper, if you break the rule, I got to tell you, man.
The rules are supposed to make camping fun for everyone, not just you.
Exactly.
So.
And on that cheerful note, I'm gonna duck out of here, guys. I just wanted to see if this would work. I'm shocked.
Yeah, very good, very good. Hey, does that mean you can give me phone calls once in a while?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I hate
his happy face.
I hate texting,
I know you do, but yes, now I can call you.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You too.
Just don't call me when I'm playing PlayStation.
No, I won't, because you won't answer.
Which is maybe once a week.
I'd say tomorrow when it's raining.
Yeah. If I get to camp and it's too nasty after I do all my rounds, then I'll probably be PlayStation it tomorrow. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see you guys later.
I topped the Jenny off today.
See you, Travis.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool outside tonight.
57 there?
Yeah. It's supposed to get down to 50. Oh, it's supposed to get down to 50 overnight. Wow, look at there. 50 is supposed to get down to tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Partly sunny tomorrow. Tomorrow I get home from work. Tomorrow's one of those days. We've got one of those adjusted schedules now. So tomorrow I get off at 5 o'clock. I get to come home and mow the lawn. So I got to mow my lawn about every 5 days now because I went a week without in between mows, and I had to spend another 2 hours sweeping up grass and taking that to my burn pile. So yeah, it's I hate doing that. I hate adding more than 2 hours of what I'm already doing. So.
It's pretty bad when today it was it's currently 62 degrees and our low for the night is 63.
And you're further north than I am.
Yeah.
So the difference with the front. So
and it only got up to 67 today, so that's only a 4-degree change from
no, I think it got up to like the low to mid 70s here today.
And then now the rest of the week sucks, man. Thursday 85, Friday 90, 87, 88, 87, 87. Rain for the next 3 days, 2 days without, and then rain again. So yeah, it's gonna be a wet, crappy weekend.
Yeah,
and I've got a full campground. Them poor wet campers.
Sty.
What?
It's July, bro. It's supposed to be in the 80s.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Supposed to be in the 80s, 90s.
For 30 years, it was always in the 70s, and and now it's in the 80s. So now there's rules that it's got to be in the 80s.
Global warming. Yeah.
Oh shit on that global warming. We don't have summers anymore like we did when I was a kid growing up. I think about those. My sister and I had talked about that one time about it, and we remember the summers where at night you could not breathe, man. You could have 10 fans going on you right in your face, and you couldn't breathe. The humidity was so bad. It was so hot, miserable.
Sounds like my bedroom. My wife won't turn the damn air conditioning on, and our bedroom's the hottest room in the house. I hope you're still watching, Connie. My room's the hottest room in the house. It's like I come up out of the basement. I go upstairs in the living room, and it's wide open, and the ceiling fan's going, and all right, everything feels all right. I'm good. I walk in that dang bedroom, and we got 2 fans going in there. I'm thinking, why is this room so warm? Well, it's not good air circulation. We can't get we got to put a fan like on a TV stand in front of the window to try to draw cold air in. So,
that's one thing. I can't remember what day it was last week. It hit 90, and I couldn't believe it. I was in the adventure trailer, and I got a 12-volt fan, oscillating fan, and that thing's great, man. I just wanted to test how long that thing would run on a 12-volt battery. I got 28 hours of that thing running just strong for 28 hours, and I gave up. And then I charged up the battery. I should have just kept it running and find out exactly how many hours. But
I would think those oscillating fans like that wouldn't take too much power.
It's 12 volt, it's 12 volt. So but I've got another one that's got 2 fan heads on it. So I'm going to set that rig up. So I got 3 fans pointing at me, being that they're so good on the juice, But I was in there working online, and I had the door closed and the window open, and my upper windows in the trailer open, and because of the skeeters, you know.
Got a feeder on my Peter. Whack it off. Anyways.
Hey. And when it comes to mosquitoes in northern Wisconsin, you can't beat off.
No.
But yeah, I decided, well, I had drank my thermos of coffee. I got to run to the camp kitchen, make another pot of thermos of coffee. So I get up, open the door, step outside. It damn near fucking killed me. It was 15 degrees cooler in that damn trailer without air conditioning than it was outdoors. I accidentally designed my trailer perfectly. You know that topper on it that I put on there? It's black. It's a black pickup topper mounted to the roof. That thing works as a heat sink. The sun hits it, heats the shit out of it. On the inside, it's white on the inside. You put your hand against it, you're going to blister, man. Yeah, it's a hot bastard because it's pure black on the outside. But it works as a heat sink. It just gets hotter than shit. And what it does is it draws air through that door window, and it sucks it up, and it's venting it right out those two windows on the roof. It's creating its own airflow in the trailer because of that heat up there trying to escape out of those windows. The heat's not, if you stand up and I get on my toes and get the part of my head up in that space, it's like, holy shit, it'll burn. Yeah, you'll burn your top knot sticking your head up in there. Rest of the trailer's nice and cool. It's a heat. All the heat goes right up in there and stays there and goes out the two windows. It works so freaking perfect.
I would have thought the adventure trailer would be hot as hell inside.
Me too. I thought it was going to be. I really did. Nope.
Yeah.
I literally have not had a single day, and we've been in the 90s several times so far this summer. I haven't had a single day where I said to myself, God, I wish I had air conditioning.
Right.
Not one day. Inside that trailer has been reasonably comfortable constantly, no matter how hot. And clear blue skies and 90 frickin' degrees, and it's comfortable inside the trailer, miserable outside.
Yeah. The entire time we were in Nashville, it was in the 90s. So that was the first day we got there. The first day we walked downtown, it was 95 degrees.
It was humid too, I bet.
The first day it wasn't. The next day it was. The next day it was like in like 90, 91, and it was humid. The humidity like doubled from what it was the previous day. The first day was like, all right, it's 95 out here, but it's not that bad. Not that bad. But the next day again, it was like 90, 91, but the humidity had just doubled, and it was like, that was just miserable. But yeah, I think almost the entire time we were in Nashville, every day we went down there. You go down there in the day, and it was 90 plus degrees. So come back in the evenings though, it wasn't so bad. It'd be dark outside. But of course, anything feels better after 90 degrees. It could be 80 degrees. You're like, ooh, it feels cool.
It's cooling off. It's cooling off. Yeah. See, that's what I like about my campsite too. Out of all the campsites there, my campsite, for some reason, it sits down in a hollow, but that hollow goes right to the lake also. And it funnels all this breeze off the lake. Even if it's the slightest breeze, it's blowing just a little bit harder through my campsite than anywhere else.
Clearing there too, which helps.
Yeah,
trees
it's open enough. So it's open enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of would funnel stuff through there. Yeah.
And I've got a huge maple and a big, huge hemlock tree there. All the shade in the world, and I can sit there and look out over the lake. And that cool breeze comes off that lake, and it just, feels good. And people are walking by. Yeah, Sty, it's pretty freaking hot, ain't it? Yeah, it's killer. It's a killer. Get the fuck away from me.
Get away from me.
Yeah, I'm nice and cool here. Don't disturb me. I'm enjoying the coolness. The Mayberry. So you done got you a hot box. That's what she
That's
said.
what you would think. That's what you would think.
The yeah, I got chewed out by one of the Forest Service guys.
Oh,
He caught me mowing the one big boat landing we got, and that's over 2.5 acres of grass there with pines and split rail fences and shit. You got to mow around all this crap, and then you got to get out there with the big weed whacker and do all this fencing around and shit. Well, I was out there mowing away on that old mower they give me. He pulled in there and he's blasting his horn, gets out of the truck. Come here. I shut the tractor down. I parked it in the shade, shut it down, go walking over. I said, what the hell do you want? He says, are you insane, man? It's 93 degrees. What the hell are you doing out here mowing in this sun? And I was wearing a black do-rag like this. And he goes, you are freaking nuts. You're going to have heat stroke out here. I said, go look on the floor on the passenger side of the front of my truck. And then you come back and smart off to me. And I walked right back, got on my motor, started mowing. He gets back in his truck and he backs up down to where I was at mowing. And he just reaches out the window. He's giving me the finger and off he goes. There was, I think, 15 empty water bottles laying on that floor. And I had one in each of my cargo pockets in my shorts. I was drinking water all day just like a fish. Not peeing, but boy, I was sweating it all out. Just drinking. And I felt like $1 million because you stay hydrated, you're okay. You know?
Yeah, if you stay hydrated, you do pretty good. It's funny you talk about that because I can remember back a long time ago, my first house, we took the shingles off because I had 2 layers on there, and we had to put new shingles on. And now they didn't have OSB; there was individual planks. So we had a hell of a time taking all that off. I would work up there all day long. I'd take this great big thing of water up there. I'd work up there all day long, 185 pounds, skinny little Marine or whatnot. And I drink all that water, probably 2-3 gallons of water, not get off that roof once to pee.
Yeah.
Might get off it for something else, but never to pee.
Right. That's it. I did that one summer. I was, I don't know, 17, I think 16, 17 years old. And this guy begged me to do roofing jobs with him. He just wanted a grunt,
Sure.
And all I had, my job, he would let me put out the rolled roofing, the tar paper, but he wouldn't let me put shingles on. No, you carry them shingles up here for me to put on. Now this guy, I can't remember how many square he could drop in an hour, but boy, that guy could put shingles on so damn fast. And I'm trying to keep him supplying shingles. Don't fall behind where he's got to stop. Hotter than shit. You're up on that black roof and you're carrying them frickin' shingles up a goddamn 20-foot ladder. Then you're on the roof. Then you got to carry them sons of bitch up over the peak to the other side because that's the side he's shingling. And I never worked so freaking hard in my life. And the same freaking thing, he had these 2 big 4-gallon Igloo coolers, and he'd take an ice cream pail and fill it with water and freeze them. And he'd drop one of those in there, then fill it with water in each one of them. So that water was ice cold, it's nice and cold all day long. Oh shit. It got to the point where you're looking in the two empty igloos going, I wish that ice would hurry up and melt. I'm thirsty. 3 guys and you drank 10 gallons of water in a day. And same thing. You might have pissed once or twice the whole day.
Yep.
And you're thinking, where'd all that water go? Oh yeah, you shed it all. It was all sweat. All sweat. I did find out.
Give me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Working in that heat can be a real bummer, boy. Oh. Yeah. Hot. I'm glad I don't have to do that crap unless I want to anymore. Yeah. I used to not even think twice of working in that heat. Then as I got older and my health got goofy, then it got where I just couldn't stand the heat. Now, if I work slow, I don't mind it again. And then when it comes to mowing, I can sit on a riding mower all day in the hottest weather. And this doesn't bother me a bit. In fact, I just love mowing, They gave me the good news that I may not have the old beast that I got now next year. Sounds like I'm going to get a 0 turn for next year, so that'll be interesting. I'll be able to mow a lot quicker. It's tough with a lawn tractor mowing campsites because you got so many trees and crap all over and narrow spots you can't get through, and you can't get up tight to the trees because the trees are so close. You come around one tree and there's another damn tree in your way, and you're backing up, forward, back, all around all the time, and a ton of weed whacking because you just can't get into certain spots and maneuver that lawn tractor. And my lawn tractor that I'm using, it's a big bugger. I think it's got a 48-inch deck on it. Yeah, it's 48-inch deck. 3-blade, 48-inch. But the 0 turn they want to give me to use next year, that little bugger, boy, it'll cut my weed whacking in half. And the time of mowing, it'll cut that by at least a third. They're talking about giving me a 0 turn next year, man.
Wow, that'd be cool. And those things help.
What's that?
So those things help.
Oh, yeah.
On my property, it did.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we've got all 0 turns except for 2 lawn tractors. We got the Simplicity that I've got, that big beast, and then Travis has the little Cub Cadet. He hates that Cub with a passion. He hates it. Yeah, he says the thing's just falling apart. It's not built for that kind of mowing, for that kind of heavy mowing.
Sure.
That you do around campgrounds and crap, and the Simplicity. That damn tractor's almost 50 years old. I mean, yeah. So it's, if they wanted to sell it and they wanted to sell it to me for a couple $100, I'd buy it from them. I mean, it's a good mower. To privately own it, you're willing to wrench on it once in a while. But for that kind of work out there, you don't want to be wrenching on them. You want to just be able to jump on them and mow.
Well,
and
you shouldn't have to wrench on it. You're volunteer services, so.
But that's the problem is I decide I'm going to volunteer for the day and mow, and I end up waiting 3/4 of the day for some asshole to show up and put a set of blades on it because they fell off.
Yeah.
No, I'll just grab the 5/8 wrench, crawl under some pitch, put them on, and then guess what? I got done with my mowing. I didn't have to wait 2 days to do it when I don't want to. So, but yeah, they're talking about giving us 0 turns. Travis doesn't want a 0 turn. He's afraid of them because of the beach at his campground. one guy, he run the zero turn right in the lake. Zero turns are heavy in the ass end,
Yeah.
and it's just a steep enough grade. And there's a couple of spots you're running parallel to the water, and you got to turn. And when you turn, the ass ends of those zero turns want to slide right off that bank, and they hit the beach side, and they go right in the water. They go right in the beach.
Yeah,
They
I
had
had
to
that.
pull that one out with a truck. He got her in there really good.
Yeah, I have that problem. My mother-in-law's, she's got a hill out in the front, and I can only get so close. And then, especially if it's wet, I'll only get so close, and then I'll just turn, and then I'll just get the weed whacker out and weed whack that part because if I wind up flipping that thing, I will roll over and probably wind up upside down. It's not a big hill, but it's enough of a hill where I'll at least roll over. And again, I don't wear a seatbelt on the thing, even though it's got a seatbelt and it's got a roll bar. I don't wear no damn seatbelt while I'm lawn mowing. But I'm sure I'd be hurt.
That's our big Toro. That's got the big high roll bar on it. Mm-hmm. It's got the 3-point goddamn seatbelt. It looks like you're going to get in a stock car, for Christ's sake. And I keep looking at that thing, and I said, you know what? All the soft ground that on these hills where that thing would possibly roll over, that roll bar is going to just go right in the dirt, and you're still going to get creamed.
You sure hope that.
And they keep telling me, oh, while we're working on your tractor, just go down to the shop and grab the Toro. No, that's all right. The grass will wait. Oh, that's all right. You keep the Toro. But the sounds like I'll probably end up with it's called a Dixon, and it's an older zero turn, but it's one of our most dependable. Our Husqvarna, that one just got too many hours on it. That thing's wearing out. And for me, a zero turn will work good. My campgrounds, I've got some hills that you got to finesse it. You got to be careful with it, And I've got a great steel weed whacker, harness job. Heavy son of a bitch. God, that thing's heavy. It's like you're carrying a lawnmower under your arm. But boy, I can literally 90% of my weed whacking is at an idle. I just idle the engine. Unless I get into really thick stuff that's about 1/4 inch stocks on it, then I throttle it up to cut that shit. Otherwise, just at an idle, it just cut the thickest grass. And so I love the weed eater, but that's wears you out using that damn thing. And with the zero turn, I can get in between all these damn trees I got my campsites. And much easier. Plus, you're sitting right out over that deck and looking right at the ground. I can see the roots and the rocks and the obstacles where you can't when you got a long hood of a tractor out in front of you. A lot of that stuff you miss. And so I'm running the hydraulic deck on my tractor constantly up and down over that shit, and then looking behind me going, no, I could have gone lower, so I got to back up, do it again. So yeah, a zero turn would be nice. I told him, you betcha, give me a zero turn. I'm game. But I love to mow, man. I tell you what, if I wasn't retired and I wasn't employed, that's the first thing I'd do. I'd scramble, get myself at least one good zero turn and a couple of good push mowers and a couple of weed whackers, and I'd start doing cutting contracts, man. I could cut grass all day, every day, as long as it ain't raining. I love it, man. I could sit on that tractor all damn day or a zero turn all day. Take my thermos of coffee and off I go.
Well, you can come mow mine anytime because I'm sick and tired of mowing my shit.
Are you?
Well, again, a lot of my days wind up being getting up early in the morning, loading my zero turn up, driving about 20 minutes down the road, unloading it, weed whacking my mother-in-law's place, mowing her place, and she's got these trees that got all these roots and stuff that I got to tend with. and every now and then you get to I want to you know, and you're afraid it's going to bend your blade or it's going to screw up how things mow. And I get that all done and get it kind of weed whacked and kind of looking decent. Load it back up, bring it back home, unload it again, and then now it's time for the 2 hours at my place. And of course I got to weed whack at my place. And with 6 acres, it's funny because you weed whack around the house, you weed whack around the thing around the pool, you weed whack around the area, you weed whack around the pig where the propane is, you weed whack around the pole barn, you go up to the far part of the property, you can spend an hour walking
just weed
whacking. Oh my God.
That's like my Mineral Lake campground. See, now you said you got 6 acres. We talked about that before. 6 acres there that you're maintaining, and the Mineral Lake campground's 2.5 acres. And for me to do the campground, it takes about it takes 2.25 hours to do that 2.5 acres, because the damn thing's all spotted with pine trees, and they look like horse hitching posts. They're made out of 6x6 timbers, and there's 7 of those things, and they're 10 feet long, each one of them. Well, the way they're designed and the way they're set along the roadway to the boat landing, you can't get your deck underneath them, and they're too close to each other. You can't run a mower between each one. So you got to weed whip 80, well, it works out to about 110 feet. About 110 feet, you got to weed whack. And that's on the one side of the road. The other side, there's this long, curving, 70-foot long 3-rail, split rail fence. And you don't dare even nick that with the mower deck because it'll knock the posts over and all them split rails. And you're trying to like putting a puzzle back together. So you got to mow about 4 or 5 inches out from the posts just to make sure you don't touch one of them. Then you got to weed whack that whole 70 feet there and around the shit house and around the edges of the parking lot. Then you got to mow up all the shoulders of the road coming in, and that road's about, the total length of the road's about 800 feet. And you got to mow all the way out to the main road and shit. And I couldn't believe that that it took me 2.25 hours to do that place, because it only took it takes about an hour to mow it. It takes about an hour to mow it, and that's pretty casual. Not as fast as I could mow it on a 0 turn,
right?
But I'm going pretty casual, and it's about an hour. But it's an hour and a quarter of weed whacking that damn place, down at the boat landing, around the dock, and around all the signage, and around, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. I get to sit on my ass on that tractor for an hour, and then I got to walk around carrying this heavy-ass weed whacker, swinging that son of a bitch for an hour and a quarter. Yeah, afterwards, that's when I feel pretty beat.
My weed whacker sucks because, and I didn't know this, but I bought one of those weed whackers that at the end it curves down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those weed whackers are for short people.
That's short it. People. It's to keep that head flat for a short guy.
Yeah, short people. So
otherwise, you're cutting at an angle at about a 30-degree angle.
Yeah. So everywhere I go to weed whack, I'm bending over and weed whack and whatnot. And I'm getting up and like, the back, and then I walk to the next part and I'm bending over. And it's glorious. It's very glorious.
See that steel commercial grade that I use. I love it. The handlebars on it. It got like a big screw nut on it, handle on it, and you can slide them handlebars to it, so a midget could use it if he wanted, or somebody that's 6.5 feet tall can use it and still keep that head flat to the ground. And I thought, why don't they do that with all of them? Instead of making those goosenecked ones for the shorties,
And I had no clue.
Yeah.
I saw that curved head thinking, now that's cool. That's the way you want to go now.
Yeah, that mower I use, that simplicity. The one thing I do like is it's all hydrostatic. You know, it's all running on hydraulics. The drive, the deck, everything's hydraulic on it. So it reacts real quick. The drive's nice and smooth. You don't have to shift gears. It's just how far up into forward you're applying it, how far
cool.
into reverse, and and it's got brakes on it, but I don't know what they're for.
Yeah, I got to start looking for my hydraulics on mine because I haven't done much with them since I've owned it, and I've owned this thing probably 5 or 6 years. So I've done oil changes, you know, and cleaned it up and things like that. But I haven't looked at any of that stuff on it.
Yeah,
I need to get down there and do some greasing and stuff on it. So
yeah, it's always good if you can get down there and blow all the crap out that's built up, and then grease her up real good.
Yeah,
the pulleys are real important on the deck.
Oh the spindles.
Yeah, 2 of our zero turns keep throwing belts all the time, and it's because the bearings are shot in the blade pulleys because nobody's been maintaining them, blowing them out and getting in there and giving them a shot of grease. You know, they for too long, too many guys just used them, never serviced their own gear. You know, and here we go again. Rules. You know. We get these long lists of what you need to check on your equipment. Each piece of equipment you get this long checklist of, did you check the oil? Did you check this? Did you grease it? And you got to initial it and say when you did everything, you know. Oh, these guys don't fill that shit out. No, they just call the main office and say, guess what? My truck quit running.
Right.
The check engine light's been on for 6 months, and oil pressure seems real low, but I don't know what's going on. It just quit running. Find out the motor's fried, you know. And it's like, aren't you checking the fluids? Aren't you taking care of that truck? Well, no, I get in, turn the key, and off I go. Oh, no. My Forest Service truck, I actually take care of it better than my own.
Well, that's good.
Because I go places with that truck I don't want to have to walk back from. I want to make sure that truck's going to get me there and back. They're proud of me, man. I put a tank of gas in that sucker once a month. That's all I need to do all my rounds.
That's cool.
I drive probably, on the average, 40 miles a day, 6 days a week with that truck. So that, you know, it gets its mileage on it, you know, that 40 miles a day. And it's all gravel. You know, I get maybe 10 miles of that each day on blacktop. All the rest of it's gravel. You know, rough back road shit. You know, banging and slamming all over. And I got the cleanest Forest Service truck in the Chequamegon Forest. I watch these other employees just drive by with their trucks, and I go, that filthy something. Look at that dirty fucking truck. And my truck's nice and white, looks clean all the time.
Use a bathroom power washer.
And that's it. That pressure washer we use for blasting out the toilets, that thing is sweet, that little thing. I can wash my whole truck with 6 gallons of water with that pressure washer. Now, if it had a bad paint job on it, don't want to use it. It'll blow the paint right off the body. I mean, I've blown the paint off a couple of my bathroom floors now. Spraying, going, oh, let's clean it up. Well, what's that gray spot? I'm like, it's getting bigger. What the heck? Oh, fuck, look at all the gray paint chips all over. Yeah, oh, shit, I blew the paint right off the concrete floor. Son of a bitch. So they're going to have to paint a couple of my bathroom floors.
Well, they got to do that anyway, so, you know.
You should see the truck that pumps out our shitters. That thing come into my campground day before yesterday. I didn't think they'd bring that big of a truck into a campground to empty the vault toilets. 5,000 gallon capacity.
Wow.
Truck. Thing was huge. 3 axles, 3 rear axles, 2 drive axles, and and a tag axle behind him. Big, huge truck come in there. And that guy was, I enjoyed that. He was, yeah, we're going to wrap it up. I was surprised that guy, he wasn't shy about sharing number 2 nightmares with me about what he goes through. I would love to follow him with a GoPro, because did you know those outdoor toilets, the 2 worst things that a person can throw down in them toilets: beer bottles or pop bottles,
Yeah.
glass ones, not the plastic, glass ones. Those and snuff cans.
Really?
Chewing tobacco snuff cans.
Perfect size, huh?
They're the perfect size. They go right down the tube, but when they get to there's a 90 that goes out into the tank. When it gets to that 90, it comes around the corner and it plugs it just like a stopper. It's just the perfect size. It plugs that pipe. And the beer bottles, they get sucked up that hose with no problem. They'll follow that hose, can curve, and they'll follow it. They get to the elbow, and they're just barely too long. They can't make the corner, so they stop right there, and everything backs up. And I said, well, then what do you do? He says, well, you shut everything down, and you got to close the main valve. That's because the inlet actually goes in the bottom of the tank. It doesn't dump it in the top. It's pushing it under pressure into the tank to the bottom. And he said, so you close the valve. He says, the problem is it's like putting your thumb over a garden hose. Everything that's in that hose stays in there. He says, and you have to disconnect that hose and pull it off to be able to get that bottle out of that joint. And when you pull that hose off, you got to hold it under your arm and hold it high. Otherwise, it siphons and that crap starts sucking out of the tank and right out that hose while you're holding it. I told him, I said, I'd work there for a week and I'd end up shooting myself.
Yep. Yeah. Done.
Yep. Other people's poop all over me? Ain't happening. Nope. So, hey, guys, it's Phil's bedtime. He's got to work. The man's a working man. And I gotta get some sleep, too. Typical Thursday morning, I have to shake it out of here early and go do my camp duties and get back to work down there. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for showing up. It was a great night, as usual. We just love our Wednesdays. Wait until the end of September. At this point, September 30th will be the first around the campfire under the old schedule, and we'll be back in business for the winter. So hey, guys, all of you, take care. And I'm going to be dancing my butt out of here, and Phil's going to go to bed. Thanks, Phil. You're great, man.
Have a good night, everyone.
You bet. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.